Day-Day, you drunk all the milk?
I didn't drink the milk.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Always drinking all the damn milk. Damn. There still ain't nothing ever in this house.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you boys in the kitchen, in front of my damn TV, watching basketball.
It's the Big Three.
You think we're gonna miss Nate versus everybody?
Nate the Great showing off.
We waited all week to watch the glove.
You're gonna be my cheerleader.
And Pops, what you know about Big Baby?
Big Baby wins it.
You just mad because when you was young, you didn't have the biggest name to ever step on the court playing on Friday nights. All I want to do is sit in here and watch basketball.
I used to play basketball, 97-degree weather.
Damn.
No Gatorade, no sweatband. You gotta wipe your head like that. I love basketball. I love basketball.
Big Three. Got the summer on lock. Big Three on Fox.
After that introduction, you know it is playoff time for the Big Three. We are in Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, where everything is bigger, including the competition. There is a great aerial shot of American Airlines Center. We are inside, getting ready. Power, the #1 seeded team. We know they're fired up, 7-1. They'll take on Tri-State. And that man, Birdman, I saw him in the hallway. He is fired up. So that's a scary thing for his competition in Tri-State. And there's a man he will face today, David Hawkins, getting ready for his big game. And how about Reggie Evans? The three-headed monsters, they'll take on Three's company. Reggie Evans has been huge for his team, and they'll take on that man right there, Drew Gooden. Big man for Three's company. Hello, everybody. I'm Carissa Thompson inside American Airlines Center. A pleasure to be with you once again. We have got a packed house here, and as I mentioned, it is playoff basketball. And after 8 intense weeks, it all culminates here. And Michael Rappaport is going to tell you what the next 2 weeks look like for the Big Three, as only Michael Rappaport can.
The dust has settled and the cream has risen to the top. 4 teams, 4 contenders, but who's the best? You've got power, they've got leadership, an MVP on the outside, and a couple of monsters down low.
To the far back. Look out!
Then there's Three-Headed Monster. They talk.
You're gonna be my cheerleader. That's what you gonna be.
They back it up, and then they talk some more.
Well, you ain't talking about nothing. You a sucker.
And this team lives for the dramatics.
Mock move for the win. Money.
As for Tri-State, they've got depth on depth, talent on talent, inside,
Amar'e Stoudemire.
outside,
For the game.
Why not?
power, finesse, you name it. They'll hurt you from anywhere. And don't you dare sleep on Three's company. Andre Emmett has been scoring in bunches, making a late run for the league MVP. Debate all you want, but we have one of the most even and competitive Final Fours in the history of basketball.
Next up, we got Trilogy and Killer Threes, and although this game will not send them to New York next week for the championship, they still, of course, are former pros, and the competition is high, even for the right to 5th place here in the Big Three League. We got plenty of action coming up, and the 2 men who will have the call, Jimmy and Brian, it's all yours.
All right, Carissa, thank you. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the playoffs for the Big Three. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner, Jim Jackson. And you know, Jim, it took us 8 weeks to get here. But I think when you look at the standings, you look at the seedings, without a doubt, the 4 best teams this season have made it here to the postseason.
They have. They've proven it over 8 weeks now. Tonight is about a little payback right now. Tri-State, power wants to get back at Tri-State, vice versa. Three-Headed Monsters and Three's company. So in the NBA, we talked about playoffs, and this is the time of year we love. Regular season, you make your name. The playoffs, you make your game. The ramifications, if you lose, you can't go to Brooklyn. If you win, you're playing for a championship. Not on the line this evening.
And, of course, the winners, they are looking to play for the Julius Erving Championship Trophy. Trilogy, they're the team who won it and won it all last season. They're taking on the Killer Threes. Rashad McCants. A little Game of Thrones action mask he's got going on here tonight at the American Airlines Center. Trilogy, they were the defending champions, taking on the Killer Threes here at the AAC. Look at the standings. These two teams playing for 5th. A little financial incentive as well. Trilogy and the Killer Threes both come in at 3-5 on the season. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. So financial incentive, 5th seed, Killer Threes. Trilogy won it all last season, went unbeaten. What happened this season?
Well, I mean, some injuries. Kenyon Martin really didn't play. Al Harrington was out, but teams reloaded, got better, prepared to beat Trilogy. So the camaraderie, the consistency wasn't there. So give credit to a lot of other teams. But again, Killer Threes had some wins, some losses. These teams have pride. They want to finish in 5th place. A little money, a little spending change for the summer. It's all good.
Let's take a look at the rosters for both of these squads. For the Killer Threes, Steven Jackson. Everything runs through him. Alan Anderson, Ron Artest. Their head coach is Charles Oakley. And for Trilogy, the defending champs, Al Harrington, Derek Byers, Rashad McCants, their head coach, Rick Mahorn, the pride of Hampton University. Chauncey Billups, inactive, but one of the captains for the Killer Threes. It's Trilogy in red. Rashad McCants for 3. In and out. Ron Artest with the board. He'll go right at Al Harrington. And Artest.
Thank you.
And he didn't clear it. I don't think did he clear it?
No, and here's on the replay, we see the end of it. Both feet have to clear outside the 3-point line. But how about this matchup? Al Harrington, physical, tough inside, playing against a tough physical defender. That should be a great matchup for us to watch this evening.
Yeah, that's two bulls going at it. But Al Harrington backs him down.
A lot of beef down there in the lane between those two. But the thing they can do well, both have the ability on the perimeter, albeit maybe not the quickest, but tricky enough with the basketball and the footwork to get to the basket.
Harrington missed the free throw. Of course, in the big three, you shoot 1 to make 2. First team to 25, we go into the half. Steven Jackson loses it. James White. Shot McCants shot is blocked. And Harrington can't get the foul.
Let's go. Set the pick, Ron. Go off hard. Go off.
That shot is short.
Stay down, Ron.
Trilogy's won 2 straight.
Drop down.
Here's James White for 3.
Good shot.
Well, I mean, it's just like you play in the league. Injuries do have an effect on the consistency and how teams play. The rotation and not having Kenyon Martin fully healthy, and also Al Harrington at times really set this team back.
Harrington, fade away. Tough shot, knocks it down.
Yeah, real tough shot. I mean, that's the shot if you're Ron Artest, you want Al to take. Falling away on the baseline, not a room to work with, side of the basket, but sometimes great players make great plays.
How about that? Nice little drop pass to Ron Artest.
Got to talk on that.
Come on, you got to call it
Talk on that one.
Down, span.
Watch the back. Ron Artest did a good job of contesting, not fouling, but just better offense that time by Al Harrington.
Here's Alan Anderson for 3. Yes.
Hey, Jack, make White shoot jump shot.
3-2.
And Al Harrington coming off a 16.9 rebound game last week, knocked down some threes.
Make him
See
take jump
flight.
shot.
James White getting into the lane.
James White knocks it down. 1 point lead for Trilogy.
Where Mike James going in? By yourself.
All day.
Wide open 3 for Alan Anderson as he gets bumped by Al Harrington.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Where Mike James getting in the game? Let's see at the end right here.
James,
Oh,
when you getting in the game?
nah,
Knock it down.
Al Harrington just ran right into him. Tried to avoid him.
Sit there and shut up.
I love the gamesmanship going on between the head coaches and their players.
Well, can you imagine those two back in the day when they used to bump some bodies, when it was real physical and allowed plays to go? We're talking about the no layup rule.
Box out. Let's
And
go.
I felt the blunt of both of those before. you know, and it wasn't nice. I can tell you that now.
Get in there. Good shot.
Anderson knocks down the free throws.
Out on that last shot. He does it every time.
And it's the killer threes with a 2-point lead.
Allen, get off, get off, get off.
What you want?
Stay.
Here's Harrington.
Allen.
It's a 2-step on the ground.
They're going to call a foul on the shot.
Well, that little hesitation on the block. When Allen spent to the baseline, it was really quick, but it throws his defender. Able to throw his body into him, create the contact, and got rewarded by getting to the free throw line.
Harrington knocks down the free throws.
Need to stop right now.
You know, Charles Oakley, Rick Mahorn had a brawl in '88. When Oakley was a member of the Bulls.
Right?
There you go, Jack. There you go.
Stephen Jackson going hard to the hole. Stephen Jackson will go to the line. Saw him in the gym, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I don't stop for him, bro. Let me tell you something. I see him in studio at Fox before he may go on like Undisputed or Speak for Yourself or whatever. And he's telling me about the day before or what he's doing that afternoon, which is going up to UCLA and still playing with the young guys that are in the league. A place where you got 3 courts of NBA college players, but also overseas players. See Stephen Jackson, and he's putting in his work still. So it's no surprise to me that you see Stephen Jackson still putting that work in the day before the game in the weight room.
The killer threes now with a 4-point lead.
Shot
to the cage now. Al Harrington working on Artest. Spin. And kick out to James White for 3. The roll's no good. And here's Stephen Action Jackson for 3. Yes, count it.
Timeout.
Rick Mahorn's going to call a timeout. The killer threes are stinging Trilogy right now on a 7-0 run. Thanks to Action Jackson. It's the Big 3. We're in the Big D here on Fox. Get on Threes Company. Let's go back to the locker rooms, though. Here's our Michael Rappaport.
All right, this is Michael Rappaport. I have unprecedented access with the shirtless Amar'e Stoudemire. The next time you see me interviewing Amar'e Stoudemire, I too will be shirtless, and I will put this man to shame. Listen, you guys, big game, playoff ramifications. This is the playoffs.
It is.
Are you hyped for this game?
I am, man. It's a very important game for us. It's a big game. Power's playing well, so it's going to be a tough battle out there.
Now, if you win, you get to play for the championship. Back at the crib, New York is going to be hyped to see you. What does that mean to you to get a chance to play in New York again?
That's the key. We get the win tonight, then we go to New York for next Friday in front of the fans, the Knicks fans and everyone there in New York. It'll be a great atmosphere for me.
All right. Unprecedented access with Amar'e Stoudemire. Next time you see me talking to him, I too will have my shirt off. Fellas?
I don't know if we're ready for that at all. Even though we're on Fox, there's the founder, Ice Cube, next to his lovely wife. Right now, Killer Threes taking on the defending champions from last year, Trilogy. That one's stolen away by Ron Artest. And he gets the roll.
Well, Ron, one of the better defensive players when he played early in his career. Now, it wasn't the quickness, but it was those quick hands, the anticipation, how to beat a guy to a spot that made him such a tough defender.
Dion Glover knocks down that 3.
Let's get a stop.
15-9, first team to 25. We go to the half.
By yourself.
Here's Artest. The kick out to Anderson. That was too strong. We talked about the defense, Jim.
Sometimes you don't have to be the quickest, but you got to be tricky with it. And that time, Ron Artest anticipated the dribble by James White with the left hand. Right here. Give me that. And then kind of hesitated because he could have took it straight up, but he stepped back. Now get a nice little jump shot.
Here's Derek Byers working on Mike James. Josh Powell, former Dallas Maverick, has checked in as well. Stephen Jackson for 4. That's short.
Stay down. By yourself. Send it to him.
Byers White has it knocked away from his hands.
Yeah, James White a little frustrated. That's twice where he thought he had the lane to get to the basket. And again, it's that same side, that left side. That time, Steven Jackson taking a page out of Ron Artest's book and swiping it away.
Here's Byers looking at Mike James. He tried to use the height. Couldn't bank it home. Jackson, pull up three. In your eye.
Texas product, Port Arthur, not too far. Always shows out when he gets into Texas territory.
He's got 14. Glover wide open in the corner. And it rolls out, and James White missed the putback.
Red ball.
That's just pretty.
Look at those eyes. Focused, the release, the rotation. Easy money, baby.
Al Harrington is checked back in for Trilogy. They go to Glover. Deion Glover spins. Down on the block. Reverses it in.
Hey, Cat, can you play defense?
Here's Mike James with a 7-point lead. That's a break. Here's Derek Byers drives the baseline reverse.
By yourself.
Jackson now.
Good. Stay down.
Great defense that time by Byers.
5 on the shot clock. He's got a fade. Here's Josh Powell. Wide open for 3.
There you go.
They put a lid on that rim. 3 straight misses by the killer threes.
Foul, man. Travel. Let it go.
Here's Steven Jackson now. 7-point lead for the killer threes. They're going to call a quick timeout. Steven Jackson has been the man so far in the first half with 14 points, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, it's something when you come back into your home state. You put on the show, you know a lot of people, you feel comfortable in the environment. And Steven Jackson is always something we talk about his work ethic. So why wouldn't it pay off in the game? If you put in all that work, you want to put it on display.
Right to the basket.
Stack has been able to do that early in this first half.
Go through him.
Played 14 seasons in the NBA. Killer threes and Trilogy both coming in at 3 and 5. Coached by Charles Oakley. Second season of the Big Three, second season of Killer Threes have missed the playoffs. The one thing that this doesn't show, though, no Chauncey Billups. Had they had Chauncey Billups, their floor general, their leader, you never know with the squad.
Well, it was the same thing that happened last year. When Chauncey kind of got into the rotation, this was a totally different team. And that's not taking anything away from Mike James, but Chauncey is a different kind of player. He attracts attention, he sets up his players, they get easy baskets. Without having that component, they've struggled at times in their consistency in regards to scoring and running offense. Now, it'll be interesting, like we talked earlier, how do they retool this team and kind of get the playmakers to see? Again, you got to be timing the wear the shot clock. Chauncey Billups, if the ball is in his hands on the court, he does that. How do they now build this team next year? Because this is the second year without picking up backup point guard.
4-point shot by Rashad McCants.
Come on, Zach.
Here's Jackson. Put it up, takes the bump.
What's the foul situation?
You can see how that 4-point shot can get you right back in it.
Let's go, let's go. You by yourself,
Rashad McCants, we've seen him knock it down before. And again, the slow rotation that time by Stack, Steven Jackson, allowed McCants to get his feet set.
Byers and Josh Powell get tied up.
Question. Excuse me. Excuse me. Watch him wiping them out on there, okay? Because Powell ain't posting nobody up. By yourself.
Go, Mike, go hard, go hard.
Watch his foot movement.
Coaching his Trilogy squad. Good drive there by Josh Powell, the former Dallas Maverick.
Patience that time.
Mike, good pass.
Mike James utilizing the pick and roll to his advantage. And
Watch the pitch.
That's Powell able to brush the screen.
As soon as he turned, he ain't set no
Slow
pitch.
rotation over.
Thank you.
See if he can
Box out,
complete this
please.
three-point play.
I ain't never seen pick set like that.
Complete the three-point play. And now the Killer Threes are just 4 points away from the half. Killer Threes will retain possession because they're in the bonus. Here's Mike James. Knocked away by Al Harrington.
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Watch there. 5 seconds.
Just 6 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock in the Big Three, just 14 seconds.
Let's go. Get the ball.
Watch there. 3, 2, 1.
Here's Stephen Jackson. That's an air ball. Harrington lays it right up in.
Well, tough situation that time. That side, the left side of the court was so crowded, Stephen Jackson couldn't clear space. All he had was that fallback three-point opportunity that ultimately gave him short.
Here's Mike James.
His teammate pushed him. His teammate pushed him. His teammate pushed him, man.
Take another look here, Jim.
Well, Trilogy is saying that his teammate pushed him. And right there, to see the contact with Powell into Harrington really caused the foul. But Mike James fell awkwardly right here and landed, and he grabbed his left knee.
Goes in there wild like that.
And right now he has it. Trainer's working on it.
The good thing is that they are bending.
Well, watch the land right here, right there.
He all right. He don't let it fall. Huh? He don't let it fall.
You can't even say nothing to him.
A round of applause for Mike James.
Where you bringing him to?
He's a little limp. He's got to
bail him out. You're bailing him out.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, that fall, a lot of times the angle in which he hit, almost like a hyperextension. Hopefully that's all that it is, because we've seen it too often where you come down like that, then it results in sometimes ACL, MCL tear. Keep in mind, too, when you have those type of injuries, you can still walk away. But
they running in there and they kicking their legs, and y'all calling it.
Maybe a little hyperextension and he can come back.
Y'all are a lot better than that.
Here, Rick Mahorn working on those refs.
Yeah, they just getting started. Wait till the next two games.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
Well, these guys are playing for to finish 5th in the league and a little financial incentive. The next games, playoffs.
Win or go home, baby. Win or go home. I tell you, and it's something about, it was something about when we played in the playoffs, the energy level in the arenas picked up.
Might as well keep giving the ball.
The concentration or the game planning from the coaches changed a little bit. It was more intense. You know, the practices were shorter but more intense. So I imagine we're going to see the same thing later this evening with the 4 teams playing for a possible championship berth.
Stephen Jackson's drive. His pass knocked out of bounds with just 1 second on the shot clock. Killer Threes. Allen Anderson. Open shot. Can't knock it down. And here's Rashad McCants. He'll pull from 3. Killer Threes just 2 points away from the half. They go to their best player, Stephen Jackson. And he'll go to the line.
Stack.
Now that was a foul.
You know, it's always tough to guard a guy in the middle of the court because it's where you're going to get the help from. And that time when Al Harrington came over just a little bit too late right there. Stack was already at the rim, and when he gave the hesitation, the pump fake, boom. You already got Byers in the air, then Al Harrington coming from the backside. So you want to try to squeeze the driving lanes as much as you can, but doing that in the middle of the floor opens up so many opportunities for the teammates that are spotted along the three-point line.
Stephen Jackson sends this one to the half with 12 points in the first half. 12 points, 6 boards for Stephen Jackson.
That's just how they call
Ice Cube looks on as the Killer Threes with a first half lead of 25-17. 8-point lead they have over Trilogy.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's been because of the energy of Stephen Jackson kind of setting the tone, and that's what you want your best player to do. You want your best player to really do that, and Steven in the first half didn't disappoint.
Big hand for Steven Jackson. 12 points, 6 boards for Action Jackson and his squad. They've got an 8-point lead. We're just getting started. It's the playoffs. It's the Big Three here on Fox.
We are in Dallas, and guess what, you guys? Get excited. Football is here. The NFL returns to Fox this week with preseason action on Thursday as the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles take on the #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Then next Sunday, the Bengals take on the Bills. Catch the games live on Fox or stream it on the Fox Sports app. Now, we got a good one here. The Killer Threes are up at halftime, 25-17 on Trilogy. This is for the 5th place game. Again, no playoff implications for them, but pride is on the line. And there was a game earlier on Facebook, as we do every week, between the Ball Hogs and the Ghost Ballers. For those of you that didn't get a chance to see it, let's take a look at some of the highlights that happened in that game. Starting here, you got a sick dunk by Childress. Been doing it big all day. He was so fun to watch, hyped up. And again, you know, there was no playoff implications for this team either, but they still threw it all out there. Nice jumper right there by Ricky Davis. West hits that 3. Ball Hogs able to finish it off. Owens with the layup. And what rarely happens, the 4-point shot to win the game. Ball Hogs win that one with a final of 50-35. Now, as we know, Michael Rappaport has unprecedented access. Luckily, he's doing this interview with his shirt on. But we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the night. Rapp, it's all yours, buddy.
All right, no playoff implications, but a lot of pride. This man has tons of pride. El Capitan, Steven Jackson, you're in a tough game here. What do you guys need to do to pull this out?
Well, we playing against the defending champs. Al Harrington's still tough to guard. Rashad McCants can get buckets easy. We got to try to finish, you know. It's all about how you finish. We didn't make the playoffs. We playing for pride. And we competing right now. We got a good league.
All right, how do you feel being back in your home state playing some ball?
I love being back in Texas, especially Dallas. You know, they fans hate me. I ruined their seasons a couple years with the Golden State and the San Antonio. But I love being back in Texas. The state showed me a lot of love, and we appreciate the love that Dallas is showing us.
All right, well, good luck, Captain. Jimmy?
All right, Mike, thank you very much. You know, Steven Jackson and Josh Powell, they combined for 17 of the Killer Three's 19 points in that first half.
Yeah, but Steven Jackson talked about the Dallas fans hating him. But this guy's on Trilogy don't like him right now, not real fond of him because of that first half and him going at him again. Take advantage of turnovers, an easy dunk inside, little one-on-one, you leave me open. I'm gonna make you pay. Step behind the 3 once again, come on out and guard. If you're not, take those 3 as well. So a lot of pride from the Capitan, but let's see if they can continue with this momentum or if Trilogy makes an adjustment on how they guard Steven Jackson in the second half.
Killer Threes begin the second half. Up 8, Allen Anderson now with the rock. Left hand, banks it home.
Let's take your time. Shotty, go by him. Let's go.
Jim Jackson, Brian Custer.
Let him
shoot, Dad. Carissa. Thompson, Michael Rappaport, all here at the American Airlines Center. James White in the lane. The lead remains 8.
Watch the offensive foul.
Here's Allen Anderson now. They give to Artest. He'll pull. It's too strong. Here's Al Harrington now, working on Artest. The 3. James White working hard underneath.
Yeah, that time Steven Jackson didn't put a body on flight, James White. So James was able to tap it a couple times, get his body in between, and then quickly spring up and finish that one inside.
Jackson against White. Missed the first shot. Loose ball.
Good hustle, Al.
Al Harrington diving on the floor. Here's Rashad McCants.
Al, your help. Wait. Thank you. You can't go that.
Al Harrington will go to the line.
Smartly that time, give it back to Al. He hustled on the floor. So why not reward Al Harrington with the rocket right here, the rip through. The play they really don't call in the NBA anymore. You take it out on the side, but in the Big Three, the official, Al Harrington able to get to the line.
Is it a coaching box? I'm gonna get on this side.
Look at Rick Mahorn and Charles Oakley.
Look out! Oh! Stop ball.
his eyeball. Come on, let's go. They on 6. You need to go up hard. Go up hard. Shut up, man.
Here's Alan Anderson.
I can put my hands on him. Where can he set a pick at and keep moving? He keeps moving.
Here, Rashad McCants trying to plead his case. And listen, you can hand check in this league. Here's Artest, knocked away. There's a foul. Ron Artest, Al Harrington says it's a little late.
It's at about time, but that time I think Rashad McCants may have overpassed. He had an opportunity for a layup on the other side. Just watch right here on the turnover. He had a layup right here, but he gave it up. And ultimately, they got it through, but that may have been a little posturing by Rick Mahorn to get Al to the free throw line and get that foul call.
Knocks down the free throw. So now the lead is just 2, and Trilogy all of a sudden on an 8-0 run.
Well, you know this Trilogy team can score, especially when they're healthy, and these three on the court. They can all put it on the deck. Speaking about putting it on the deck, that time Stephen Jackson just took it to the chest to James White, but Trilogy can beat you from the perimeter. And Killer 3's kind of laid back a little bit, not the same kind of energy that we saw from them in the first half. Hence, Trilogy right back in this game.
Here's Alan Anderson for 3. And the foul on Rashad McCants.
Every time he shoots the ball, he kicks his legs out. Alan Anderson don't shoot a regular shot, he kicks his legs out.
This is what you'll see right here what Rick Mahorn is talking about. Let's see how much he kicks his leg.
No,
he doesn't. I think Rick is getting posturing because the first time he said that, he didn't do it either. It just looks like it, but he didn't kick. It was just mismanagement on the checking the shot on McCants up top.
Man, you shut your ass up. Box out. Good, let's go.
I love the back and forth between Mahorn and Charles. Well, that one was geared towards somebody to stand. So it wasn't Charles on that one.
Here's the reach in on Artest.
The same thing. Right there on the box, Al.
Bumping and grinding going on in that post.
Well, these are the 2 most physical teams, I think, in the league. I mean, just pound for pound. You got guys that love contact. You initiate it offensively and defensively, which also makes it tough right here for officials. On how much do you let go and what do you call? Because if not, you could be calling fouls every play.
Let's go.
And keep in mind in this league, once you get a team in the bonus, the good thing is once you go to the line, you make your free throws, hey, you retain possession, you get the ball again.
For the benefit of getting into the penalty early.
McCants hit a 4 earlier. That one rimmed out.
And in a game like this that's physical, to me, if I'm coaching, I'm saying drive the ball, pick up fouls, get into the penalty. Now that forces your opponent. They can't play as aggressively if they're in the penalty early.
Artest tried to work Harrington on the post. They go right back to that matchup now. Here's Harrington. Fades, knocks it down. The lead is just 2 now. Here comes Trilogy. Charles Oakley wants to put an end to the momentum. It's a battle in the post between the Killer 3s and the defending champs. It's the Big 3 here on Fox. Welcome back inside the American Airlines Center here in Dallas. It's the playoffs here on the Big 3. In fact, coming up, the #1 seed, Power, will be taking on the 4 seed, Tri-State, and our Michael Rappaport with Big Baby of Power.
When I say I have unprecedented access, I have unprecedented access. Coach Nancy Lieberman is over there doing her thing. These guys, this is probably the most... The personality on this team is terrible. The only guy I like to talk to is Big Baby. Big Baby, how pumped up are you for this playoff game here in Dallas?
I'm pumped up. I'm really pumped up, like to the point where I think my head's about to pop off my head, so I'm trying to calm down and just get focused on the game.
Okay, but one question though. In all your years of playing in the NBA, have you ever seen somebody with unprecedented access like this?
No, you got the juice, buddy. You and me.
Big Baby says, I got the juice, fellas. I got the juice. Good luck, baby.
All right.
We're whispering. It's so unprecedented. We are actually in here whispering.
You know what?
Yeah.
And their head coach, Nancy Lieberman's going to kick you out of that locker room, Mike, and you know that, right?
Hey, Brian, talk about this emphasizes like that move right there by Ron Artest. It's more physical, and now you're more intimate. And I think that's what Rappaport was looking for, the intimacy in the locker room. Unprecedented.
You guys are nuts. Ron Artest lays that one in. The lead is 4 for the killer threes. Al Harrington's had Trilogy's last 6 points.
You know how Rap threw everybody else under the bus? He said, I don't like interviewing anybody else on this team except Big Baby.
Right, exactly.
See, that's why people don't like it.
How about that? Rashad McCants putting the killer threes in the spin cycle.
Yeah, quick move to reverse. But that's the beauty. If you do that spin move right and come out and explode, you're right at the rim.
So what am I supposed to do?
There's a reach in by Al
What
Harrington.
does he has to do?
Well, here it is. Bump,
What does he
spin.
have to do?
Maybe a little extra step in there, but
Sorry, now
official
let's
don't
go.
call it. They got it.
Box out.
Cans with 6 points for Trilogy.
No foul. Get ready.
That's knocked away by Allen Anderson. You can see they are trying to
Stay right there. Stay this lap. Stay this lap.
get the ball in the post to Harrington.
Get it in.
Just live at the foul line.
Good job.
Hold him.
Here's Harrington.
Holding him.
Good job.
How about the little forearm shove
I got
by
it.
Al Harrington with the drive? Well, listen, watch right here.
Time out.
That's get off me.
Not a bully basketball right there. Now, you can't be mad when the official call it. And that time, Al, who normally might justify or call, argue a call, that time didn't really say anything.
What the hell's going on? That's the same thing. Call it.
Can I use this? Can I use this? I'm going to give it to Rick Mahal. Can I give it to Rick Mahal?
Look at Charles Oakley. Look at Charles Oakley. Look what he's giving him. Look what he's giving him. Look at him in a sippy cup. Let's stop crying about fouls.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the same call.
Baby boy, like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I want my cup.
Right, exactly. And get that camera out my face.
Same damn call. I don't care what you say. If it's a big man or a little man,
goodness.
if he drops his shoulder, what did no call on? Same damn foul.
You all right?
Rick Mahorn's on 10 right now. His team is down 2. First team to 50 wins this game. You got to win by 2. Al Harrington's been getting it done for Trilogy thus far.
Well, I mean, when healthy, he's the best that does it. I mean, and you know, this year it's been a little bit tougher because not only do you have one knee issue, but both knees had some issues, so that affects how you spring off and explode. And if you can't explode, guess what? You end up shooting the ball a little bit shorter. You can't finish at the rim as you're accustomed to, so
make it reach.
It really hampered, I thought, the performance
of
Al Harrington for the most part of this season.
Usually Allen Anderson settles for the jump shot, but that's a good drive.
No foul, Ron.
Lead is 4.
Jack, go Jack, go Jack.
Here's Al Harrington spin, lays it in.
It's all ball, it's okay.
That's a grown man move there by Buckets.
Get back. The thing about Al, though, you know, call may not go his way, but then he comes right back at you. And he forces the official to either call it or not call it.
Jack, get ready, Jack.
That time he was able to finish.
Gantz misses that 3.
Yeah. Shoot.
Gives Allen Anderson a little push.
Yeah, but we saw this a lot last year, the isolation with Al Harrington, and he feels the body of Ron Artest. And then, again, it's all about feeling. Okay, you give it to me on my left, on my right side, I'm going to spin to the baseline, just setting you up in order to get the shot that you ultimately want.
Anderson at the foul line.
Our ball, let's go.
Knocks down the free throw. Lead is 4 again for the killer threes. Again, both of these teams playing for to finish 5th in the lead and get a little financial incentive as well.
Get it, Jack.
Back heel of the rim.
Yeah.
Al Harrington loses it out of bounds.
Mop the floor.
You see the hustle right here. Al just couldn't get it, but once again, second time we seen Al on the floor. That time he just couldn't save it. Keep it in play.
Derek Byers will check in for Trilogy. Rashad McCant will have a seat.
Go on, Shotty.
4-point lead for those killer threes. They'll go right to Steven Jackson. Artest. Spin.
There you go. There you go.
And the reach in on Al Harrington.
Well, Ron got hit with the spin move. So guess what? Al overplayed and anticipated to drive to the right, and smartly, Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta World Peace, a.k.a.
Ron Artest now. Yeah, he dropped Meta World Peace 2 weeks ago.
But he said he just dropped it for,
It ain't a damn ball.
you know, the big 3 lead.
Right.
So this is only temporary.
Right.
You know, you can do that when you Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta.
There's the three. It's missed by Anderson. Banks it home.
There you go.
And now the lead is ballooned to 8 for the killer three.
It's a game of runs, right? I mean, we're seeing both teams kind of go on runs.
Good D. That's all right, he missed.
Harrington missed that 3. James White had it, lost it.
Sweet potato.
Al Harrington.
There you go.
And then Allen Anderson laying it in, and the killer three is now 9 points away from victory.
And that's when the coach says, just pick it up. Don't try to dribble the ball. Just pick it up, regain possession. That time right here, a hot potato, tough shot, scrapes the backboard. James White, nope. Al Harrington, nope. Meta, nope. James, nope. Allen Anderson, yeah.
8-0 run for the killer threes. And look at that split by Steven Jackson.
That hurt me, bro. That hurt me. I do Pilates, and bro,
Jack,
that
get off
hurt.
of him. He can't shoot.
Thank goodness he worked out this morning.
Yeah, you can't shoot. Jack, squeeze in, bro.
I go spot.
Squeeze in.
You so extra.
That was just, yeah, so what? You know what? I deserve it. I deserve to be a little extra. Got a little steam room, whirlpool. Worked out some kinks massage. You know, it was a spot day.
Too much golfing, huh?
Too much, man. You know, I was thinking about getting a mani-pedi, but you know,
Keep going at him. Got to keep going at him.
couldn't do it. Didn't have enough time. So
It's my partner, ladies and gentlemen. It's my partner.
I earned the right to be able to do that.
Here's Derek Byers. He's earned the right to shoot these free throws.
Block out.
Shooting 1 for 2.
Oh.
Got it.
Let me ask you a question.
Same thing. Go right by him, DB.
Real nice.
Go right by him.
Squeeze in.
Softly.
I got one. Hold up. Why you call me out? I just asked you a question. I didn't call you out. I didn't say you were wrong. I got one too.
Yeah, but
Here's mine, but I'm not eating mine because I'm professional.
All the same, the people who listened to the game, they didn't know I was eating a pretzel until you said something.
Well, I'm professional. See, you were eating during the broadcast.
See, this guy here,
wait until a timeout.
He's got no
But
cool.
this dude eat and do whatever, man. Because he got unprecedented access. He don't have unprecedented access to free pretzels. He's a little fat boy too, because he has the pizza early. You see the pizza?
Yeah. Derek Byers missed badly. And Steven Jackson lays it in. Lead is 8.
Yeah, Rick Mahorn that time was complaining a little bit that the ball touched the rim.
Oh, the Euro step, and Derek Byers couldn't finish.
Yeah, but $20 move, $10 shot, brother.
Here's Steven Jackson now. 5 on the shot clock. Drive, pulls up, it's short. But there's Josh Powell, and the Maverick back home lays it in. And the killer threes now 5 points away from victory.
Yeah, but guess who kept it alive? It was Steven Jackson, knowing the shot was short. Not able to gain any rebound for himself, tipped it to his teammate.
Here's James White, the bank. Yes, it's open here in Dallas.
But can Trilogy get the stops needed in order to really get back in this game? Remember, you got to win by 2. So they can get back in and force this and extend this game, but they got to get stops. Along with capitalizing on the offensive end.
Steven Jackson, that 3 too strong. I would think that killer threes, you just want to drive. Here's James White. He heard you.
Keep going. Al, you ready?
Here's the play I was talking about, Steven Jackson. A little short right here, but look, the tip. Teammate. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the last possession. Tough, long shot by Steven Jackson. What you want to do, instead of just shooting a jump shot unless you're wide open, you want to drive it. Because that's how you can get back in the game. Get the penalty, get a free throw, you knock it in as 2 points, then you retain possession. So now you're able to capitalize off of that. You don't want to bail them out by taking long contested shots. Here's Allen Anderson. For three, in and out. Byers. He slams it on the baseline.
I got it.
And it's a technical foul on Derek Byers. The emotions are running high. Again, you say, well, he's not on the line as fifth place. Well, you can't tell these guys that. He went into foul on Josh Powell. Yeah, he did, but he got to keep it cool right here because now you're giving Killer Threes, who's 5 point away from winning the game now, an easy opportunity at the free throw line. So Steven Jackson will go to the line for 1 for 2. Because they're in the bonus, they'll retain possession if he can knock it down. Hits that with the technical. And so now with a 3, the Killer Threes can win this basketball game. Here's Steven Jackson. In the lane, yes. 1 point away from victory.
No foul.
Go by him, please.
Stand on your back.
Jackson's got 20.
No foul.
Here's James White for 4. Count it.
No foul. Win the motor. Take him, Jack. Foul.
8 point lead. Jackson for the win. Steven Jackson is short.
No foul, Jack.
Let's make him that flight. Let's make him.
Let's go back to that 4 point shot. James White able to let it go. Now, after that possession, too, on the defensive side, you see another angle of it. Charles Oakley is telling his team, don't foul. And the reason why he's saying that, okay, if they score, that's okay. We'll get the possession back. We don't want to give them opportunities to get to the free throw line.
It does matter. It does matter. That's what you've been doing all damn year.
Here Rick Mahorn complaining about the foul. James White knocks down the free throws. 6 point lead, but Trilogy retains it. They're in the bonus.
What y'all doing? What you reaching for?
Al Harrington now will go to the line. I'm sorry, he was fouled trying to set that pick. Yeah, but it's a lot of frustration on both sides. I mean, from Trilogy's perspective with the officials, from Killer Threes and Charles Oakley saying, why are we bailing them out and fouling? Because look, now all of a sudden Trilogy has climbed back in it. The lead is just 4. Yeah, now see, Trilogy right here, they score. You got to win by 2. I'm telling you, game is not over. Open 3 for Byers. Rolls out. Harrington, the follow. 10-0 run for Trilogy. The lead is 2. Well, here we go. We talked about a game of runs. It's Trilogy right now closing the gap, down by 2. Can they get the defensive stop they need without committing a foul? Killer Threes can win it with a bucket. Allen Anderson, the drive! Derek Byers grabs him.
No, it ain't.
And let's see, Derek Byers wants it on the floor. But still, the ball was not put down by Anderson afterwards, so it was a continuation.
Doesn't matter if you got him on the floor right there. He was starting his active shooting or in the drive, in the process of driving.
He's not shooting. I fouled him when he was on the ground.
So here's Allen Anderson. He can win it at the line. He's got 16. Make it 18, and the game is over. The killer threes will finish 5th. Allen Anderson, 18 points, 12 of them came in the second half. And the killer threes did a nice little financial incentive, a little bonus, some extra money in their pocket.
A little bragging rights too, but isn't this just a microcosm of what we've seen from Trilogy all year?
Yeah.
The inconsistency part of it, not the same impact on the game. Again, there's a lot of factors involved in why that happened, but Killer Three's able to finish out this year, even though they struggle, finish in 5th place.
Well, let's go to Michael Rappaport. He's with the head coaches of both Trilogy and the Killer Threes.
All right, listen, I requested this interview. Oakley, you guys won this game. You had a tough season. How did it feel to pull this one out?
It feels great. You know, historic black college. Rick Mahorn went to Hampton, I went to Virginia Union, but to beat him for the first time is great. They won the championship last year. He's still my guy. Man, when we come out here and coach, it's a lot of fun, but we take it serious too, though.
Now, you guys had a serious moment when you were playing for the Bulls. You were playing for Detroit. 20, 30 years later, who do you think won that little skirmish, Rick?
Well, I won a championship, so that, that helps out a lot. But, Oak's always been a good friend of mine ever since going to a historically black college. It's work. It's hard work to get an NBA, and we appreciate each other.
All right, you guys were known for being tough, physical players. How do you compare Big 3 basketball to your days in the league?
Well, it's like old days. We bringing it back. The Big 3 is something that fans want to see. NBA is real touchy, but we got to know how to do it. We can't get on the field. So you want to play tough, they let you play. But it's fun. We got a nice crowd here. Hey, they supporting the Big 3 is here to stay.
All right, listen, I got to tell you something. I grew up watching both of you guys. I love both of you guys.
You older than us.
Rick, I'll beat you up on TV. I'll beat you up right here on Fox. Fellas, I'll be... Hold on.
Michael Rappaport with Rick Mahorn and Charles Oakley. So the Killer Threes wrap up their season with a victory. The defending champs, another loss. When we come back, the #1 seed power, Tri-State, the playoffs. It's the Big 3 here on Fox.
Welcome back, everybody. DJ Livia doing her thing right now, entertaining the crowd as we get set for the next game. The #1 seed Power taking on Tri-State, and playoffs is underway, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I don't know what I was doing at 10 years old, but I wasn't doing that. I need to aim higher in my life. She's very entertaining. We've got a lot of entertainment on the floor as well with these guys laying it all on the line. We have 2 games down, 2 more to go. For those of you just joining us, let's do a little recap, shall we, of the games. One that was on Facebook earlier. You've got Amar'e leading the way for the Ball Hogs here. Game winner right there. The 4-point shot doesn't happen very often, but he's happy it went down that way. His team won with a score of 50-35. In game 2, just finished. Stephen Jackson, been injured in and out of the lineup this year, but very healthy right there with that nice dunk. Then Allen Anderson from beyond the arc with a 3-pointer, and then a little easy layup right there. His team gets the victory 51-47. And those are your stars for the evening so far. Andre Owens, as I mentioned, did his deal for his team, 16 points. Stephen Jackson tallying 20. Big leader for that squad right there. And everything's bigger in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Playoff basketball for the Big 3 is coming up next. Dallas. What a city. We'll be back right after this.
Orioles and Brewers, Cardinals. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on FS1.
Dr. J. Julius Erving. In fact, the trophy for the champion of the Big 3 is named the Julius Erving Trophy. Everyone's on their feet for that man, and rightfully so. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to American Airlines Center inside here. And playoff basketball is underway, and we're going to send it over to the hardest working man that is not in uniform, Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm out here. I got to say, Julius Erving still supersedes every single person in the building, and Dallas knows their basketball. That was a beautiful ovation for the Doc. Listen, it's playoff time. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're in the Hall of Fame, Dr. J, not Dr. J, Nancy Lieberman, they're both Hall of Famers. We're getting ready to do it. David Hawkins, I got unprecedented access. Hawk, playoff time. What can we expect this game? How hyped are you to be out here?
I mean, playoff time, it's time for everybody to raise up a little notch. We had a great regular season. Now the goal is to win and get to the championship by any means necessary.
All right, well, I wish you luck, man. Have a good game, Hawk. David Hawkins has been tearing up season 2 of the Big 3. I am the man with unprecedented access. A lot of people have laminates. A lot of people have badges. I'm the only person in this building, matter of fact, in the United States of America with an unprecedented access Big 3 shirt. Okay, there's not that many players out here, so I'm just going to talk like this. You can expect hard-nosed, smash-mouth, ground-and-pound basketball, okay? It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a physical game. Jimmy Jackson's here. Brian Cluster's here. Carissa is also here. Carissa, how you feeling about the mood in the arena?
Get over here. I see you. Just walk over here.
I'll walk over.
Get over here right now. We got playoff basketball, Power versus Tri-State. The only loss on Power's record was from Tri-State. They will put it all on the line next.
To those who say bourbon can't taste refreshing, we invite you to see.
It's easy to shy away from the noise, to want to drown it out completely. The opportunity, the stakes can be overwhelming. But these guys playing today, they welcome it.
They want to hit us, hit them back.
Embrace it.
Nate Robinson putting on a shot. Lock move. He's going to pull it.
Channel it.
Maggette, rock the rim. Andre Emmett. Oh, my.
You think this doesn't mean anything to these guys. You're fooling yourself.
Find complete control in the commotion. This moment is what they live for. Because one man's chaos is another man's peace.
It is playoff time here in the Big D. It's the Big 3 here on Fox. We're inside the American Airlines Center as the #1 seed. Power takes on Tri-State. Power just one loss on the season, and that one loss came to Dr. J's Tri-State squad. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. This is what we've been waiting for. You got the #1 seed taking on the #4 seed. Power taking on Tri-State. Power just one loss. It happened to Tri-State. It was back in week 3.
But a different Power team, I think they're more settled in on their roles. Again, that game, 34 points by Corey Maggette. I mean, just on fire.
It was a Big 3 record.
Big 3 record at the time, but it was David Hawkins at the end, able to cap it off, 18 points. You also had Amar'e Stoudemire and Nate Robinson contribute with 12, or Jermaine O'Neal with 12 points. So it was a tough-fought game down to the wire. I don't expect anything different. I still think Power has the edge.
David Hawkins won it with that 3. Here's the look at the lineup. Dr. J, Julius Erving leads the Tri-State squad. And the Hall of Famer, Nancy Lieberman. What a job she's done in her first season here in the Big 3, leading Power to a 7-1 regular season record. Lady Magic, first woman to coach a men's team, a professional men's team. She was the head coach of the NBA Mavs D-League and one of the 50 greatest players of all time, the Doctor. And here's the cat, Cuttino Mobley. His pass knocked away by Nate Robinson. They're going to call the foul, though, on Big Baby.
Well, that time, Cat didn't see Nate. And that time, if you'd have let Big Baby kind of settle in a little bit, you had a mismatch inside or throw the ball in the air. That time, the advantage was for Nate. He would knock it away now and retain possession.
Tri-State in the home white. Robinson got caught in the air. Here's David Hawkins. What a season he's had for Tri-State. Pulls up. That one hits the back rim. Here's Corey Maggette, probably the MVP of the league this year.
Yeah.
He knocks down that three.
Well, to the winner goes the spoil. So if they end up winning, of course, you got Nancy Lieberman up for Coach of the Year. But again, it's not going to be easy. You got Tri-State right here as balanced, as power in regards to their roster.
Here's Jermaine O'Neal. Knocks down the jumper.
All right.
1 point lead for Power.
Let's go, Hawk, on him, baby.
X, here we go. Get there. Get there.
Here's Maggette. Into Big Baby. Turns, fires, too strong. Nate Robinson in that Uncle Drew movie. The twist. There to Jermaine O'Neal. Dropping dimes his name.
Listen, the Tri-State plays under control. They don't argue. They utilize the strength that they have. They're as good as anybody, but they can get unfocused and undisciplined, and that's cost them some games.
Nice pass. Cuttino Mobley, the Big Baby.
Hey, Corey's got to pick up his
Again, the two-man game is so tough in the Big Three. That time, over the top, Corey Maggette winning. Big Baby couldn't recover, and Jermaine O'Neal able to slap the glass and finish.
Blue ball. Hey, Joe, they got 1 second. They got 1 second. They got 1 second.
0.8 seconds is left on the shot clock. Big Baby, the three.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's Nate. Played the character
Stay down. Stay
Boots
down.
and Uncle Drew. David Hawkins. Good defense by Cuttino Mobley and one, and the Cat will go to the line.
You know, I look for Cat to be more aggressive early. He's kind of laid back a lot of times. You see the defensive play here by Cuttino. The ball straight up and down and smartly taking it back up. And these are the type of situations where Cuttino loves to separate himself and say, you know what, I'm being much more aggressive, especially playing against Nate. He has the size, Nate has the quickness. So you got to be smart when you attack Nate, in particular off the dribble.
He's been highly focused, Cuttino Mobley, the past few weeks. He certainly wants the championship. Missed that one. And the follow. Here's Big Baby, though.
Finish it.
Glenn Davis.
That's their foul.
Will go to the line.
No. He's on the ground. He's on the ground.
Big Baby had a game winner a couple of weeks ago. Of course, won an NBA championship with the Celtics. Last week, had 14 points against the Ball Hogs.
Rebound the ball, Hawk.
That's too strong.
Get back.
Here's David Hawkins. He's probably been Tri-State's most consistent and best player this regular season. Jermaine O'Neal. Yes! Welcome back, Jermaine O'Neal. He missed about 3 weeks with a shoulder injury. Came back last week, and he still has the nice, soft touch.
Well, we talked about how injuries hampered Trilogy. It's the same thing with this Tri-State team because, like Power, have you seen Corey Maggette missing that shot? The combination of Jermaine O'Neal and Amar'e Stoudemire inside, they give you similar games, but also they're different in some aspects. So that changes up your defense on how you have to guard the two of them.
O'Neal, that one rimmed out. Here's Big Baby, using his body, going up strong, count the basket.
Great job.
See inside the patience, right up into him, and that time Jermaine O'Neal came over a little bit late, and he's still moving right there. So Big Baby We're always talking about finishing through contact. Yeah, you get the foul, but can you now complete the play to get yourself inside a basket, but then get to the free throw line?
He can't complete the three-point play. 2-point lead. Here's Hawkins. Air ball. Cuts to the basket. Missed that one in the lane.
Get the 50-50. No.
Corey Maggette knocks it in. 4-point lead now for Power. First team to 25. We go to the half.
And tough play that time by Nate Robinson. He wanted to get the ball to his teammate because the ball didn't touch the rim. They didn't have to clear, but unfortunately he threw it right to Corey Maggette. Great defense by Big Baby.
Yeah. O'Neal spun, knocked away by Glenn Davis.
Give it back.
Here's Big Baby. He's knocked down a couple of threes. They're going to call that foul, though, under the basket on Nate Robinson.
See, and that's what I'm saying. When you try to post up Nate Robinson, he's going to get underneath you. You know what I mean? So that's why when you get it on him, you got to be very careful not to put it down too many times. You got to go up quick or he'll get it from you.
Tino Mobley tried to get it right back to Big Baby.
He's getting winded.
6.
And here comes Amar'e Stoudemire for Tri-State. Seeing his first action, giving Jermaine O'Neal a blow. Quentin Richardson will check in for Corey Maggette.
Shoulder the ball.
Gotta go quick.
Here's the cat.
Rebound.
Get back.
Hawkins.
Watch the moving screen.
Drive. Left hand, yes. 2-point lead now for Power.
We're here. All right, let's get a stop here. Let's get a stop, man. You all right, Nate? You all right?
Let's go.
My screen. Right here. We in it, Nate.
Here's Mobley. Got the pick from Big Baby. That one comes out. Hawkins inside to Stoudemire. Knocked away by Glenn Davis.
Glenn has some quick hands in there.
5 seconds on the shot clock. And Hawkins has to force it, knocks it down.
Tough shot. Q Rich was right there in his face, but we've seen this all season long from David Hawkins. His ability to make tough shots when contested.
All tied up at 10.
Let's go, move. Cut harder.
Here's Big Baby.
Man, play defense. Let the man play defense. I'm just riding him. Let's go. Get in position. Get the miss. Amar'e, get the miss. Get the miss.
That's a good look from ref cam.
Right? Here we go. Nate looked even shorter from the ref cam.
You know he's going to get you.
That's all right. It's all love over there. It's all love.
Absolutely. Here's Big Baby. Knocks down the free throw. 2-point lead for Power. So far, it's been the big man, the story here. In the first half, Jermaine O'Neal, he's got 6. Big Baby doing it for Power. He's got 4. Power's got a 2-point lead. Welcome back. It's the playoffs here on the Big 3. Power, #1 seed, led by Lady Magic. Nancy Lieberman, Hall of Famer. Coaching up her squad here in the break.
Okay, it's coming. This is for you. You're going to come. You're going to set it. He's going to act like he's going. Come up and snap back. Okay?
Nancy Lieberman drawing up a play. You hear for the Birdman, Chris Anderson, who's now checked into the game. Corey Maggette, Birdman, Q Rich for Power.
And let's see if the play gets the results that they're looking for. Post up inside.
Here's Maggette. Missed it, but there's Q Rich with a follow.
Hey, watch the push in the back, ref.
You know what's interesting about that huddle? Let's see if we can get going. Brian, you've been around this long enough, basketball, football, even in boxing. Coaches, trainers have their own styles. Some are more aggressive, some yell, some. But if you listen to Nancy, her demeanor is always calm. But directly, if you watch the eyes and the body language of her players, they're intent. So they hold on to what she's saying. And she understands the mentality of her players, and that's why she's able to coach them in a certain way. And they're able to get the results from it. Q Rich lost that one out of bounds, but Powers got a 4-point lead.
Let's go, Nate. Need you, baby.
Stun.
David Hawkins, Amar'e Stoudemire, Nate Robinson in for Tri-State. Here's Nate. He's going to pull up. Got it. Don't let him get hot.
There you go. There you go.
Well, especially if he can use the pick and roll. I mean, the thing is with Nate, even though he is a great finisher, you still want to force him probably to get to the basket and finish over the top with your big man inside.
Here's Nate again, open for three. Maggette. Fade. That one comes right off the rim to Stoudemire. 10 on the shot clock. Nate, good ball. They got the Birdman up.
All right.
Good ball.
That's no shot. Get yourself going, man. We caught him in the air, went up.
Smartly, Nate Robinson knows how to get his shot off, and right here, using the pick, setting the feet, pump fake. I'm telling you, one dribble, now you get into your shot, and the pump fake right there, Chris Anderson, you can't bail him out at the end of the shot clock. Always tough. Already on the floor. Here's Nate from distance. It's a little short. You know what's interesting? Last week we were talking about Corey Maggette. He and Ricky Davis coming down to the wire as far as the scoring title. Corey's really not going for it. A good defense that time by Hawkins. They called a foul on Corey Maggette, but he told me that his hamstring was bothering him a little bit. See the quick hands right here by David Hawkins, and then the foul by Corey kind of WWE.
I'm gonna grab you so you can't get the basketball.
But he indicated that that's why he really didn't go for the title, is because his hamstring was hampering him a little bit in regards to his explosion, and he didn't want to overexert himself. So you see David Hawkins with the 4-point shot.
Q Rich misses the three. Knocks the ball out of Nate's hands. 10 on the shot clock. First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Stoudemire. He's yet to put up a shot. Nate tried to throw it back to Stoudemire. Should have shot it.
Should have shot it. And if I'm Doc, too, the thing that I want to do with Nate and Amar'e, which we seen early on in the season, was that side pick and roll, or top pick and roll between the two, because Amar'e can pick and pop, or he dives to the basket and then finish at the rim.
David Hawkins thought he had a clean block. Whitney Richardson will go to the line, shooting 1 for 2.
Hey guys, you're going in there. 1 for 2. Make sure Bird is setting 1X. Bring it over here. You can, but set this screen here. You're going to come to
Power.
if you don't have it. And then
Now
Bird
with a
will be
4-point
here,
lead.
and we'll get lobs to the rim.
They lead this one early on, despite shooting just 23% right now from the field.
Yeah, but they're able to get some easy baskets. Despite, and that one was just Corey Maggette recognizing that Nate Robinson went underneath the screen. And he was able to get going to his left. Is really good rhythm shot for a right-handed player.
6-point lead now. Here's Nate Robinson.
Great job.
Just like you in high school, sometimes you just take what the defense gives you, right?
Yeah.
Goes under the screen. One dribble pull up.
No foul shot.
You know, we talked about maybe Corey Maggette, probably the MVP of the league, averaged 16 points this season. Set a big 3 scoring record with 34 points. That was against Tri-State in week 3. Finished second in scoring and assists.
When you think about that, that's coming back off an Achilles injury. Okay?
Tore the Achilles in the first game of the season last year.
You know how hard that is to come back from an injury like that and still have some kind of explosion, whether that's jumping, lateral movement, finishing at the rim, and yet still he came back and looked better than ever.
They're going to call that.
What did he do?
That foul on Big Baby, setting the pick on Nate.
I mean, right here, I mean, my goodness. I mean, anywhere Big Baby hits you with a pick, let alone a knee to the thigh.
Can he jump stop?
It's gonna hurt, but you know, you gotta be a little bit more patient though. I always say this to guards. Be a half a second late
Hey, let's
when
go.
your post player is setting the pick. A half a second early is gonna get them a foul like we see because they're still in the process
Let
of
him
moving.
set it.
So Nate will go to the line shooting 1 for 2. Got it. Now Tri-State will retain possession because they're in the bonus.
They're trying to exploit this mismatch with Hawk against Big Baby, but how about the movement right there?
And got him to walk.
Well, I mean, Big Baby used the space he had on the weak side to benefit him. Right here, he jumps to the spot, forces Hawk to the baseline, then he recovers now, but Hawk did a great job of pump faking, but he couldn't keep that pivot foot down, and ultimately turned it over with the travel.
2-point lead for Power. Big Baby in the lane. No. Rebound Hawkins. Nate misses that 3.
Here we go, here we go.
Come on, boss.
Here's Coutinho Mobley.
Come on, dive.
Big Baby. Left hand, yes. Power 5 points away from the half. They're up 4.
You see how Big Baby slithered through that tiny gap and got inside and finished with a soft left hand?
Here's Amar'e. Got it.
Baby. I mean, it ain't that difficult. I'm telling you, when you got an explosive point guard that can turn the corner, or you have a post player like Amar'e that can pick and pop, but also be creative once he gets it on the block. I mean, that's a play that I would exploit and continue to run until Power can stop it.
2-point lead. Here's Glenn Davis. A spin. Oh, that baby is
agile. Agile, mobile, versatile.
4-point lead now for Power. Nate with the left hand, out of control.
Yeah, no, baby, baby.
Come on, what you want? How you want it? Feel you? All right, I'm a slither in between the small slot. Then on the baseline, you reach, I teach, baby. I'm going to the baseline to finish this.
He has been awesome for Power.
Well, he's been awesome for the league.
Yes, he has.
I mean, you know what I mean? The excitement. Too close for comfort right there with that pass from Cat. But he's been so great for the energy of the league and how he plays, the excitement, the energy he brings, I think the enthusiasm. And not only do his teammates feed off of him, but the crowd, as you see, when he makes a move or does something special, they chime in as well.
He's got 8 points. Trying to make it his 6th straight game in double figures in scoring. Here's the Birdman, Chris Anderson. That's off to the right. Monty Wells is checked in for Tri-State.
All right, we get the ball back. Get the ball back.
Come on, guys.
So here's Amar'e Stoudemire. Stat will go to the line. He averages 8 a game.
You're going to get birdie.
This is another guy who very much so wants to be playing in the NBA this fall. Free throw too strong. Maggette now. Pull up. Short. Here's Hawkins. Drives the baseline.
Under.
Pulls up. Got it. David Hawkins.
Travel. Sub.
Hawk has got 6.
Hey,
Dr. J
get to the
squad
line. Get to the
down
line.
2.
Aggressive.
Power can send this one to the half with a 3.
Come on, get up on him. Get on the right hand.
They go to the Birdman. Turn, fires.
Well, I like that because a lot of times you overthink the situation when you get into the post.
Solid
That time,
D.
Birdman got his feet settled, turned to the baseline, and just let it go. No thoughts. It was an easy, soft stroke.
Down.
Here's Hawk. Got it. The 3. Speaking of stroke, 1-point lead.
Come on.
Push him over here. Push him
Hawk's
over here.
got
Push
9.
him over here.
Here's Katino Mobley. Blocked, but follows it up. And Power will go to the half with a 3-point lead.
Katino would not be denied on that one, Brian.
They're the #1 seed here in the playoffs. And they've got a 3-point lead over the 4 seed Tri-State. Tell me what you like so far in this first half.
Again, the calmness and demeanor of Power. Not too high, not too low. Tri-State makes a run, but Power able to respond and go into the halftime with momentum.
Let's go to the Power huddle. Here's Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm here with Big Baby Davis, who's having a great game. What do you guys need to do to pull this game out?
We got to make our free throws. We're missing some easy buckets. Make sure we play defense and rebound the ball the second half.
All right, well, your coach is calling. You keep going. Good luck with this game. Fellas, this is a real tough, grown man, smash mouth, Big 3 playoff game.
3-point lead. You're right, Rap. It's gone back and forth. It's the playoffs. And David Hawkins, he's got 9 for Tri-State. Big Baby, he's got 8 for Power. And they've got a 3-point lead at the half.
Drop the bass.
26-23. The winner of this game, if this man next to me, Gary Payton, the head coach of the Three-Headed Monsters, has anything to say about it, you will be taking on one of those 2 teams if you get the job done. You're next. What have you seen from this first half out of these 2 teams?
Well, you know, Tri-State beat Power in the regular season, which was a good game, and Power had a great game with Corey Maggette at the time, and he had 34. I think Tri-State matches up with him really, really well. Nate Robinson gives him a problem. He keeps the pressure on him, and then the big men are doing the same thing. So I see this is going to be going to the end, Somebody's going to win by 2 or 1 or 3 or 2 points, and it's going to be a tough ball game.
And what do you have to do to get the job done against Three's Company?
Well, Three's Company, you know, without Baron Davis, it's going to be a big thing for us. I think McMood has to be aggressive. I think Reggie's going to do the same thing. But who I got to get the key out of is Quintel Woods. If Quintel Woods come to play and we play together and we play defense, I think we can get by him.
You know, Rappaport's always bragging about unprecedented access. Where else can you get the head coach of the basketball team right before his big game? Are you ready, G?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hey,
you know I stay ready.
You stay ready. Look
More
at this
ready.
crowd.
Oh, this is a great crowd. That's why he had it here. Last year was the same way. I think this year is even better for the playoffs.
Save your mouth, because I know you'll be running it shortly.
Absolutely.
GP, always the best. Let's send it over to Brian and Jimmy. Thanks.
All right, Carissa, thank you. Of course, GP and his team will be playing next. Baby Bash playing here at the half, but it was all about Big Baby. Boy, and he was bashing Tri-State in that first half.
But it's not the points, it's his impact on the game and on his team, the energy that he brings, okay? I'm telling you, it's contagious, and you can see it within his team. And the things that he's able to do, scoring-wise, playing defense, that's one thing. But being that team guy that brings everybody together, that's why this Power team is so tough to beat.
Jermaine O'Neal had Tri-State's first 6 points, hadn't scored since. What do you think Dr. J told his Tri-State squad in that?
We go back to the basic, simple things, the 2-man game, the pick and rolls. You have a shot, you take it, but more importantly, you got to get stops on defense. Stops is what's going to get us back in this game.
Here's Jermaine O'Neal. Knocks down the jumper.
And how about, Tri-State coming out with the big lineup. So you have both Jermaine O'Neal and Amar'e Stoudemire.
All right, let's go.
Now,
like that.
I think you should run, if you're Power, to counteract that, to try to get into a lot of pick and roll scenarios, to try to isolate the two of them with Maggette and also Coutinho.
There's the isolation with Maggette, and it works. Bucket and one. He'll go to the line.
Or you just find the mismatch, and that's what I'm talking about on that, because Nate Robinson, that time, underneath, got to find out. If you choose to double team, you double teaming off of Coutinho, you come off of Big Baby Davis. Well, he's all the way on the weak side, so you can't get there quick enough. So that was a quick move. Great recognition that time by Corey Maggette.
And he finishes the three-point play. Lead is 4 for Power. Nate Robinson brings it in, gets the pick from Amar'e Stoudemire. He's going to pull for three. It's too strong. Stoudemire, the finish. And one, but that's Amar'e.
And it is, but the quick play forced Coutinho to have to try to get a body on Amar'e when he was moving full speed down the lane, and he just couldn't get there. The size of Amar'e won that battle.
Box it out early.
With 4 and 4 so far.
Box out, box out.
The lead is 1 for the top seed Power. These two played in week 3, and it was Tri-State who won by 4 points. Here's Coutinho Mobley. The catch steps into a 3. Tipped by Stoudemire, but to Corey Maggette. Drives the baseline and draws the foul on Jermaine O'Neal.
Quick attack. That kind of defense can't get set. Maggette,
Nice job, Corey.
Smartly, instead of settling, attacked the baseline, and Amar'e couldn't get there quick enough. He picked up the foul.
Maggette with 10 points. 5 boards right now. He finished just 2 points behind Ricky Davis for the Big 3 scoring title this season.
He had nowhere to go. Behind the basket. Rebound.
That one out. Here's Nate.
Hey, everyone.
He will go to the line as he draws the foul.
We've left 8 points on the board, missing our foul shots. Let's go.
Let's go. This ball
You
is
hear
live. Drop it down, Nate.
Coach Nancy Lieberman was not happy, saying, listen, we've left about 8 points on the board, missing free throws.
Yep. But I'm telling you, it comes back to haunt you later on when you're not able to make your free throws, when you get those opportunities.
Tri-State now with the lead. Up 2. Nate comes up with the loop ball to Jermaine O'Neal, who rocks the rim. And Tri-State up 4. This is their first lead since early in the game when it was 4-3. Rebound by O'Neal. Oh, between the legs to O'Neal. Too strong. Couldn't finish it. Here's Big Baby working on stats. Using that body.
It's the same foul on the arm.
Little trickeration right here, but look at that. Nate Robinson, the first one on the floor, usually wins the battle. And right here, excuse me. Oh my, that's more Rucker Park type stuff. Mix one and tape stuff.
4-point lead for the 4th seed. We're in Dallas here on Fox, and Dr. J's Tri-State squad on an 8-0 run. They've got the lead. Dr. J, we've got him wired up. And Doc, what do you like out of your squad here in the second half?
Well, you know, it looked like in that first half, Powell plays with such poise that we needed to try to do something different. So we went with a big lineup, trying to make them adjust to us, and it's working out thus far.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you too, when did you see that may be an advantage for you to go with Amar'e and Jermaine on this, since Jermaine had a pretty nice beginning to the game?
Yeah, the last couple of days, team's been practicing together. Amar'e's been good and Jermaine's been good, and there's a chemistry there. We just got to make it work. Got to give them a chance to play together.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. We'll check back in with you.
All right, thanks.
Here's Coutinho Mobley. over Nate Robinson. And the lead is now 2.
And this is very similar to that first game, kind of jockeying for position, going back and forth, back and forth. Neither team can really create that separation they're looking for.
Here's Jermaine O'Neal. Drives. Stoudemire, the follow, no. Maggette, the 3. That's what you call a body shot.
Big shot, but also to keep in mind, when you argue with an official on 3-on-3, somebody's going to be open. If you don't get back out, and that time Amar'e got stuck on the ground. Corey Maggette was wide open for a 3, maybe open again.
For 3, count it! Corey Maggette's got the hot hand.
Yeah, another body shot, huh?
He's got 16. The lead is now 4 for Power, and Doc's going to call a timeout.
Well, these last 2 3-pointers by Corey Maggette are results of Tri-State not able to recover. And again, with 3-on-3, if you don't communicate and get out quickly, the other team moves the ball faster than you run, then you're never going to recover. You're going to have wide open shots like this, and Corey Maggette hitting himself on the head.
Average is 16. He's got 16 right now. So we've talked about Ricky Davis has the scoring title. Reggie Evans, rebounding title. Who would you have as MVP?
Corey Maggette. Yeah. I mean, Corey Maggette, I thought he's the most consistent all year, even though he didn't win the scoring title down the stretch. But he was the one that didn't Coach of the Year. Nancy Lieberman, they were #1 coming into the playoffs. Why not? How about Defensive Player of the Year, Reggie Evans? And also, how about Reggie's top 3, top 4 in scoring in the league? But he could guard anybody, of course. Come on, man.
You forget the trash talker of the league.
Nobody does it better. The exchange with he and Dante Jones, Gary Payton, instant classic.
That went viral.
What?
That went viral. So Tri-State basically started the second half on an 8-0 run to get themselves a lead, and Power has responded with their own 8-0 run, and they're up 4 now. And here's Amar'e Stoudemire spinning and winning and lays it in. Lead is now 2. First team to 50 wins it. You got to win by 2. The winner of this game goes to the championship next week in Brooklyn, and there's the Cat for 3.
But how about the decision, the quick decision by Corey Maggette? Once he pumped and recognized that Hawk slid down underneath, immediately swung the ball to Coutinho, who was open for that 3-point shot.
Stoudemire working on Maggette. Here's Big Baby, the Coutinho Mobley. He was the heart and soul of this team last season. The dish to Big Baby. Challenged at the rim. Nothing easy in the playoffs.
It's just like the NBA, right? Some of the calls you thought you were getting in the regular season, you're not getting right now. Decision making. Pump fake, bop, get up in the air. Recognize his backcourt mate was wide open. Look at that. Hawk got kind of stuck in between of no man's land and couldn't recover.
5-point lead now for Power. Hawkins. O'Neal. Yes, that's money in the bank from there.
Big Baby's like, man, what am I supposed to do?
Jermaine O'Neal. He's got 12. Tri-State, though, down 3. Here's Maggette. 5 on the shot clock. Baby working on Amar'e Stoudemire. Powers his way in. They're going to call the reach in on Tri-State.
Live bodies banging. But again, if the officials are not going to call, you just keep playing, and then eventually I think the calls will go your way.
Hey, Chris.
Come on, man.
Here we go, baby. Drop it.
playoff game. Come on. So Birdman will go to the line, shooting 1 for 2.
Here we go, guys.
Go up, I tap it. He comes down with the clamp, jump off. Or he travel, 1 or 2.
Too strong. Yeah, Big Baby not able to convert that time. Here's David Hawkins working on Katino Mobley. Spins, runs right into Glenn Davis, banks it home, and they count the bucket and call the foul on Big Baby. I mean, that was just straight determination that time by David Hawkins. The defense right here by Corey Maggette was actually pretty good, but the constant moving, shifting by Hawk, he was able to get inside of Big Baby. I don't know, that was close. That was very close. Big Baby has an argument that time that he was, see if he's set. I think Hawk really came right into where Big Baby was at.
Challenge. We want to challenge it. We want to challenge it.
Let me just clarify. Yeah, I know space. You can listen. But what they cleared out to us as the year went on is just let me finish. Is the restricted area is not a challengeable play, but we can look at it.
You can't change it in the middle of the season. You can't change it in the middle of the season without telling us.
We didn't change anything. It was never a challengeable play.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
That's always challengeable.
Where's Ron? Hey, where's Ron? Where's the referee guy?
So the controversy is whether or not Big Baby was in the restricted area. Yeah, but here's the thing, just like the NBA, is if they call a charge. Now, the opposite team can challenge it to say his feet were on the line. He wasn't inside the arc. He wasn't. That's when you can challenge it. But what they're calling now, because it was just a regular foul, it wasn't a charge call.
And 1.
It's, you guys got to get this right.
So here's David Hawkins to complete the three-point play. Got it. Take another look. Well, see, my understanding is here, he's outside the restricted area, okay?
Come on, David.
If that's called a charge, then it's reviewable in regards to maybe his foot was on the line or not. Okay, by Tri-State if they wanted to. Good ball fake by Q Rich. Here's a charge. And see, that in itself, if they look back and say, was Jermaine O'Neal inside the arc or his foot was on the line or above the line, now you can challenge that. But this one is clearly, let's see, Jermaine O'Neal's foot is not inside, it's above the line, so it's a charge. And that play stands.
Those are the plays that either win games or lose games.
So we are all tied up here as Jermaine O'Neal goes to the line.
Let's do it. Let's go.
No. A tough miss right there. Opportunity for Power to get the rebound. Let's see if Tri-State can take advantage of it. Hawkins, the double to that Amar'e. 2-point lead for Tri-State. They're on a 7-0 run. And Nancy Lieberman will call a timeout. You know, it's interesting, in that last delay, Nancy Lieberman talked about the little things are going to win us or lose us the game. Free throw shot, you don't get the rebound, and now Tri-State is able to take advantage. It's the little things, those lost possessions that cost you, in particular, late down the stretch. Again, it's a missed free throw. Corey Maggette really didn't commit either way to either stop the drive, so getting caught in between, you open it up, and Amar'e smartly played a little peekaboo behind the defense to get behind to be able to get that pass, receive the pass, and finish.
Okay, wait a second. If you will come up and give him space, go back door, it's got to be a hard cut. That's you.
No, you be here. Give us a break. You got to come down and cut back in.
Let's go, baby. Keep in mind, first team to 50 wins this game. You got to win by 2. This is the playoff. The winner heads to the championship game in Brooklyn.
This has been a second half of runs. Both teams have had 8-0 runs. Tri-State currently on a 7-0 run.
Push him this way, push him this way.
Here's Corey Maggette. Fades. No.
Get it. Go.
Mobley. Good block by Stoudemire.
Goaltending.
That's all right. Sure about that? That's all right. Are you sure about that?
Goaltending.
Well, let's see if he hit the glass first.
It's goaltending.
Yeah. Well, they want the goaltender to see if he hit the glass, or did Amar'e put it against the glass? No, hit the glass first. It's goaltending.
It's goaltending.
I had a clarification from the official, too, that all year long in the Big 3, the restricted area was never reviewable. Whether it was a charge, a block, whatever it was never a reviewable play. Well, let's take a look again. The ball, as you see Coutinho off the glass right there, and Amar'e comes in afterwards. So it should be an easy call for the officials.
That angle with the
Just really play
big close. You can see right. Yes. Right. Ooh, that's close. Bang, bang play.
Hey, what you want? What you want right here?
Okay. Let's go, guys. Defend. Get a stop.
Gotcha. All right. Let's go.
So with the goaltending, we are all tied up now at 42. Tino Mobley now has 12 points for Power.
Get off the court. Let's go. See it.
David Hawkins, the pick from O'Neal. Rolls, gets it to him. Challenged at the rim by Corey Maggette. They'll call the foul on Maggette.
Coutinho.
Two-man game once again. Again, David Hawkins allowed the kid Jermaine O'Neal to set the pick, and that just opened up the opportunity to get O'Neal open on the roll.
You're getting lined up. You got to go over or under. We're not switching a big little.
O'Neal knocks down the free throw. 2-point lead for Doc's squad, Tri-State.
And the advantage of being in the penalty, you convert. And the free throw line, now you got a chance to extend the lead on this offensive possession by Tri-State.
Here's David Hawkins, drive, forces it. Corey Maggette chases it down.
And how about the play, Coutinho getting over the top, took away the two-man game from Tri-State.
Here's the catch. And the bump by David Hawkins.
Well, see, it's the little things once again. Nancy Lieberman talked to Coutinho about getting over. Coutinho got over, so it took away that advantage of the pick and roll.
On the side. Let's go. Play D. Play D.
Corey Maggette had to come out. You talked about the hamstring last week. He looks like he's dealing with it again this week.
Well, even at halftime, he was getting rubbed down a little bit, but it was more so in around his ankle area.
Here's Big Baby. Challenges O'Neal. And one. And do your dance, big boy.
Yes.
Big Baby.
Make it.
Again, I mean, his ability at his size, with all that contact and all that girth and strength, able still to have a soft touch around the rim. That's a gift, my man.
He's got 11. And Power has a 1-point lead.
Two-man game, Coutinho, Big Baby.
Oh, the count.
Hey, I had the rebound knocked out of my hand. Go. Here we go. Are you sure? Go. Come on. Hold it.
Get on the glass.
Dr. J wants a review. Stoudemire claims the ball is knocked out of his hands. Let's see.
Oh, he better hurry up and hand the ball to him.
So he's trying to, Stats trying to say the Birdman came behind him and knocked it out.
You got to get every.
Let's see, right here, here. Nope, he hit his hand.
You dominate that.
He hit it. It looks like he hit his. How much hand and how much ball?
That ball's out on
So you got to see it at the other angle. I don't know. Yeah, he might got his finger in there. That's gonna be a close call, man. There's Stoudemire ball. See what I'm saying? See how the hand is kind of on it?
But that right hand there, right there at the very end on Stoudemire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it got to be, in order to change it, it has to be undisputable in regards to that. There you go. Power basketball. Yeah. Off of Stoudemire. Yep. Big time possession here. Both teams, defense for Tri-State, offense for Power. And both teams in the bonus. So if there's a foul, you can go to the line, knock down your free throws, you retain the ball, the basketball. Here's Coutinho Mobley, 1 point lead, drives, and spins, and one, and will go to the line. I said it before, big time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. And Hawk, that time, getting caught with his hand in a cookie jar. We talked about Big Baby's ability to finish through contact. Cat able to do it, but not able to complete the three-point play. Oh, there's a steal by Big Baby. A three can win it for Power, and they'll head to the championship game. The Cat for the win. No. And here's David Hawkins. Hawk, the three. Foul by Coutinho Mobley. He will go to shoot 1 for 3. Makes it, guess what? Interesting. Retains it. Yes. Coutinho. If he could get this back, again, see right there, see, being half a step behind, now you're trying to recover, and you're lunging in with your body at that angle. Your body is going to take you into the shooter. Whether it's a little bit of contact or not, it's, you know, that's a tough call.
Let's go.
Was it contact? Yeah, a little bit. Was it enough for the call? I'm really not sure. David Hawkins has 12, Jermaine O'Neal 12, Amar'e Stoudemire 11 for Tri-State. The Hawk shooting 1 for 3 and trying to tie this game up. Stoudemire grabs the board. Again, another offensive rebound. Tri-State, a tough situation. He tried to get it to Stoudemire. Big Baby. And here's the Cat now. A 3 wins it. Cat could have took the ball back up for a layup. 5 on the shot clock. For the win, the Cat. Too strong. Why? Hawkins for 3. Yes! We're tied in Dallas. Why take the shot? I mean, Cat, use your ability. You've been getting to the basket. Don't bail them out with a 3-point shot. Gotta win by 50. First team to 50. Gotta win by 2. Jermaine O'Neal and Big Baby get tied up. Now, the first foul, even when you're on the bonus like this, it goes out on the side, correct? After 46, you have a give-take foul, okay? But the ball goes on the side, unless it was shooting. This one was on the floor. Now, the next foul, whether it's shooting or not, puts you back at the free throw line. And again, the league did that so to try to prevent maybe shooting a free throw to win the game. But your Power, what do you do, Brian, in this situation? You attack, again, right off the dribble, okay? Now you got the mismatches you want because you got Jermaine and Amar'e. Pull them out on the perimeter and drive them. They go into Big Baby. We're tied up at 47. Jab step. Works on Jermaine O'Neal. In the lane. Fade. Yes! 2-point lead for Power.
Now again, even if Tri-State makes it 3, you still got to win by 2. That only gives them 50 points. But Power has to be smart and don't foul on the 3-point attempt or even on the drive.
Here's Stoudemire, spinning, got it, bakes it home.
That's okay. You didn't commit the foul, okay? But Power, once again, I think they're going to go back to Big Baby. He's been successful in this situation.
49 all. Here's Big Baby, working on Jermaine O'Neal. 5 on the shot clock. Big Baby backs him down, spins. 1 on the shot clock. It's a violation. Tri-State gets a stop.
Wow. What a big stop by Jermaine O'Neal. He sat down defensively. But this is what happens when you get yourself in the late shot clock with your post player. He's trying to bail you out, not aware of how much time is there. And there's Jermaine O'Neal. Nancy Lieberman can't believe it.
We got a timeout here in Dallas. Oh, this is playoff basketball here in the Big 3, tied up at 49.
Put a little pressure on the ball. Okay.
Now remember, the last time these two teams played week 3 of the regular season, it was David Hawkins, that man, who won it. How about this with a step back 3?
And it was Corey Maggette with the big points, but it was David Hawkins with the closer to seal the deal for Tri-State. You don't think you're thinking about that right now?
Oh, absolutely. What will Dr. J and Tri-State draw up here? Tied up at 49. Point game coming for Tri-State. Ice Cube, the league founder, sitting courtside. Nate Robinson, he's had a couple of game winners. He has 9.
Well, how about the substitution here? Catino Mobley and both Corey Maggette are out. Defensively, you got Big Baby, Chris Anderson, and Q Rich. So I imagine if Tri-State doesn't score.
He'll get the steal. Big Baby for the win. And Tri-State fouls him.
Well, let's take a look here. Q may have gotten away with a reach right there. That was a foul. He got away with it. And right here, Hawk on the backside. Again, it's more of the momentum of David Hawkins. Just watch at the end when Big Baby is falling to his left, and then the contact comes there, just makes a hard fall. It wasn't a flagrant play, in my opinion. Hawk going for the block, right? He's going for the block, and he hits the ball. And it's just contact afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is a flagrant.
The refs are going to take a look at it. So will you from ref cam.
I mean, once again, watch it. Hawk is going for the ball. He hits it. Okay, it's a foul. It's a hard foul. What makes it look bad is the way Big Baby fell. But look at his momentum. His momentum is already going to his left. Okay.
So it looks like they're going to not call it a flagrant.
Yeah, it's a basketball play. It's a correct call.
No flagrant. So Big Baby will go to the line.
You know, even if Big Baby comes out, if he keeps his balance, the play is not in question in regard to whether it was a flagrant. It's just the fact that how he landed and the optics of how it looked. It didn't seem like it was a flagrant foul. Here we go.
So Big Baby, he's got 13. He can win it at the line, and Power with a make will head to the championship game in Brooklyn next week.
Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd.
They are into it. Count it! Power, the #1 seed, will head to the championship game in Brooklyn next week. seems to have the magic. And they have now won 6 straight. What a game, Jim. Isn't it what we expected? Again, remember when you were little at the free throw line to win it, to ice it? Here you go. Big baby. He's been effective all night again. Beautiful, took his time, used his legs. The arch was right. The release was right. And watch Corey Maggette. See, this is why I love the Big Three. Grown men who played at the highest level, and yet and still, when it comes down to winning games, getting to a champ, that's pure excitement and joy right there by these young men. Big Baby had 15 points, scored, power, the last 7 of their 9 points. They're headed to the championship game. We got another game coming up next on Fox.
We're able to see that, even if just the ending is what you tuned in for. Power is headed to the final with a score of 51-49. Big Baby Davis coming up huge for his team, and even limping off at the end of the game after that hard fall. But all that matters for him and the rest of his squad and Nancy Lieberman is they're headed to the finals. We got one more game here for the Big Three, the three-headed monsters against Three's Company. You can see them warming up behind me. Now, Jamario Moon is one of the more interesting stories in the Big Three. For the last 2 seasons, after the Combine, he didn't have a team. Then in week 5 of this year, the three-headed monsters came calling, and he responded to the tune of 24 points and the game winner, a 4-pointer at that. This is Jamario's story.
I never thought that I would be playing basketball for a living. Coming from a small country town in Alabama, you know, nobody ever made it professionally out of my town. Basketball has been quite a journey. You know, I played on 18 different teams before finally getting my break into the NBA. When I came to Toronto, I was just a country boy from Alabama, you know, and to come here to this big city, man, the people embraced me. They made me feel at home, made me feel welcome. So I think that kind of helped me, you know, with the success that I had in my rookie season. You know what? Every year my grind was the same, regardless of if I was under contract or if I was, you know, working to get a new contract. I was just dedicated to the game because I love the game so much. I think the Big Three is going to be something special. The very first year I was at the Combine. When I didn't make it, I was upset the first year. And when I didn't get drafted the second year, I was kind of upset. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just sit back and be patient and just let it play out. And, you know, they finally called my name, and I'm here now, and hopefully I'm here to stay.
Jamario Moon is from another planet.
That first game, I did want to come out and kind of make a case for myself, like, hey, I should have been here the first time. I knew that I could play with him. It was just all about, you know, getting the opportunity to play.
Moon for 4, the win, yes!
I like the way that I had to get it because it made me humble. You know, it made me appreciate when I did get it. The goal is to come in and do whatever these guys need me to do. Well, you know, one game it might be scoring, and another game it might be just defending the other team's best player. Oh, you know, whatever I got to do, I'm willing to do it.
Such a great story, and there he is running out onto the court here at the American Airlines Center, hoping to bring his team to the finals. Whoever wins this one will get Power in New York next week. We're coming back with more Big Three right after this. Welcome back to Dallas. One semifinal game in the books. Power is headed to New York, and the three-headed monsters and Three's Company are up next. The winner of this one will join them. Stay with us. We're in Dallas. It's the playoffs of the Big Three. We'll be back right after that.
Corona wants you to have a great summer, but don't do it because we want you to. Do it because it's what summer wants. Summer wants you to slip out of the office and into a swimsuit and get pulled in all the right directions. It wants bonfires that go way later than they should. See those Coronas in the air? That's all summer. Basically, if you're summering with a Corona in hand, you're doing it right. But don't take it from us. Take it from summer.
Bottom line is these fish are worth money.
I don't want these northern boats giving us a run for our money.
This is what we wanted, baby. We can't let them boys come down here and beat us in our backyard.
Wicked Tuna Outer Banks. New episodes Sundays at 9 on National Geographic.
In college football, every game has consequences. Michigan's got to battle with their brother Sparty. But they better not overlook Maryland, or they'll get tripped up like Texas. Who wants revenge against USC, who's got a crosstown battle with UCLA and Chip Kelly. After an early test with the Sooners, before their Red River showdown with the Longhorns, where they hope to pull another Ohio State, who finishes with their arch nemesis, Michigan.
You think I'm too affectionate? Yes, that's the beef that everybody has with you. This is gonna be great. Please tell me that's a cat. There's only one book you have to follow word for word.
The Bible.
The Federal Tax Code.
Last Man Standing, all new Fridays this fall.
Everything's good?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just that...
Oh, God. Only on Fox.
Saturday on FS1, two of baseball's most prolific hitters, Francisco Lindor and Jose Ramirez, power the Tribe as they take on the Orioles. Then, the Brewers battle Yadier Molina and the Cardinals. Saturday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on FS1. Also available on Fox Deportes.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
911 two-night premiere this fall on Fox.
Sights and sounds from Dallas. It's the playoffs here on the Big 3. One team has already punched their ticket to the championship game. The #1 seed, Power, with a 2-point victory. And now, who will join them in the big city of NYC? Will it be the 3rd seed, Three's Company, or the 2 seed, the Three-Headed Monsters? Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. You know, this is an interesting matchup. You go back to week 5, these two faced each other, and it was the first time in Big 3 history that a game was won by a 4-point shot, and thanks to Jamario Moon.
Well, how about making your presence felt, your impact felt on your first game? Jamario had something to prove that he belonged to be on the floor. And what a perfect ending for him to knock down that 4-point play to win it. And also keep in mind, that was a game with Gary Payton kind of went at the neck verbally. Dante Jones.
Yes, he did. Three's Company, led by Michael Cooper. Three-Headed Monsters, led by Gary Payton. Inside, they go to Reggie Evans. Working on Drew Gooden. That one rolls out. Here's DeMar Johnson. The Drew Gooden former Maverick knocks down the 3.
Hey, Andre, stay up on him.
Andre Emmett, Dallas native, guarding Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who's been fantastic. You don't give him space, he usually knocks those down. Here's Andre Emmett. Went to Dallas Carter High School, spins, banks it home.
And this is what I love, too. Andre Emmett was so pumped about playing back at home in front of his family and friends. A place that created what we see today, and let's see what kind of show he can put on.
Reggie Evans misses. Jamario Moon, the follow, it's blocked. Here's Drew Gooden. Knocks down another 3. And Three's Company is rating threes at the American Airlines Center.
And that's the start you want. You take advantage of the defensive possessions that you have. You force Three-Headed Monsters to be uncomfortable early.
Good dish, Mahmoud to Reggie Evans, and the Monsters are on the board.
One thing Gary Payton told us that he talked to his team, see a tough shot right there by Gooden. It wasn't X's and O's. It wasn't we need to be schematically, but he said we need to stay together. We need to play together. And don't complain if you don't get calls. Let him do the complaining.
Dribble him.
Moon tried to get a steal there. They'll call the foul, though, on Jamario Moon. 4-point lead. Here's Michael Cooper.
Look at him.
Won the NBA championship 5 times with the Lakers. Jamar Johnson spins, got it over Mahmoud. 6-point lead for Three's Company. First team to 25, we go to the half.
You know what, easy money right there. Jamar knew he wanted to get to the baseline. 2 dribble spin, there's nothing really that Mahmoud could do. And it's hard to send help, especially off of Andre Emmett.
Here's Moon. Stripped by Andre Emmett. Drive, lays it in. Oh, what a homecoming for Andre Emmett. And Three's Company up 8 over the 2 seed, the 3-headed Monsters. Andre Emmett back home, showing off for the home folk. And his team up 8. It's the playoffs here on Fox. 3, you know, Andre Emmett from Dallas, played at Dallas Carter High School, went on to Texas Tech, played for Bobby Knight. And you know, when Baron Davis went down about a month ago, he became the focal point of the offense for Three's Company.
But that's what he wanted all along. He wanted to put his talents on display. Keep in mind, the last 3 games, he scored 66 points, okay? He's putting the ball in the basket, and Michael Cooper is smart. He understands that Andre can give you so much. More importantly, he can create mismatches on the court. Sound decision maker. More importantly, a tough competitor.
Here's Baron Davis. He went down with a quad injury.
And we thought it would be back this week, and this team hasn't missed a beat, but how much better would they be with he on the court along with the way Andre Emmett is playing?
Here's Andre Emmett now, working on Jamario Moon. 5 on the shot clock, DeMar Johnson. What a block by Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. With 0.7 on the shot clock.
With the recovery, again, that time Mahmoud able to get over the top.
Emmett, go for a lob, go for a lob. Go to the rim,
Jamal,
go to the rim.
Creative Monsters forced that shot right there.
Emmett, got to force it up.
Yeah.
8-point lead for Three's Company.
We got the score on.
And let's see if 3-headed Monsters goes back to that pick and roll that's been successful for them with Mahmoud. There it is, a little handoff right there.
And it's money in the bank for Mahmoud.
But the key was, as soon as he threw to Reggie,
Stay down there. Go
he
Emmett.
sprinted off of the pick for the handoff. That way his guy couldn't recover quick enough to get back once he received the pass.
And he's playing defense. Reggie Evans, the follow, missed it. And he'll go to the line. And there is GP, head coach of the 3-headed Monsters, the 2nd seed. You know, he's the only point guard to be named NBA Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Famer 6 years ago, won an NBA championship, Miami Heat. Dante Jones will check in. DeMar Johnson will have a seat.
How about Reggie Evans? Free throw line right now, led the league in rebound, but 5th in the league in scoring. I mean, that you don't equate with Reggie Evans, but all year we've been talking about his improved game, maybe not from the free throw line, but his hustle is still there to keep that play alive. But that's incredible when you talk about a guy who, throughout his playing career, didn't focus on putting the ball in the basket. It was rebounding, defense, and the little things. He's showing us he can score this year in the Big 3.
He was just an assist away from a triple-double last week as Mario Moon threw that one away. Tell you what, you look at him, 5th in the league in scoring, got the rebounding title. He's 5th in steals, 2nd in ball. Listen, you can make a case for him as MVP as well.
Well, top 5 in 4 different categories, okay? And what if his team gets to the championship? His name got to be put in the hat.
Go, Q.
Reggie Evans right here needs a little bit more help to see.
You could say, I'm going to put your head down. You can't see what you're about to do here. And then I'm going to foul you. So here's Reg, shooting 1 for 2. He's got it. The three-headed monsters are chipping away at that lead.
Yeah, and you know, those are big free throws because it not only gives Reggie confidence, but it eats three-headed monsters way back in the game. Jason Maggette.
You cannot do that. You got to break off of it. Let him guard him. Let him guard him. Let him guard him. Let him guard him.
Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up.
Here's Mahmoud.
Stay up. Stay up.
Reggie Evans spins. And it rolls off.
Let's go back to that previous play. Two-man game. Amar'e Emmett. Again, Reggie Evans is caught in no man's land. And Gary Payton was told Reggie Evans, allow Quintel to guard him, force Amar'e Emmett to come to you. But once you step up off that baseline, that just opens it up to the alley-oop.
See Jason Maggette. Reggie Evans knocks that down. You know, last year we had over 15,000 here in Dallas. Well, tonight, a Big 3 record, 16,002 people have come here to the American Airlines Center. Largest crowd to date for the Big 3. The previous high, 15,177. That was in Brooklyn. That was the first game last year. But that's why I love Big D. I mean, I was at my cigar spot, went up today, and I can hear some guys in the background talking about it, not knowing that I was there for the game, and they recognized it, it said something. But before, the conversation was like, oh yeah, we got to get our tickets. We're going to the game. I'm taking this. We want to see what's going on. It's a great thing. I mean, all those superlatives and that positive talk, I mean, made me feel good to be, because I'm a part of it. You know what I mean? And now for them to come out, 16,000 plus to set the record, and they were able to get that show. The 2 games ahead, but then the semifinal game before this, and now this game. Wow. Unbelievable. And of course, it all culminates next Friday back at Barclay Center in Brooklyn for the championship. Playing for the Julius Erving Championship Trophy. Will it be Three's Company? Will it be the three-headed monsters taking on Power? First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Amar'e Emmett. Dante Jones working against Mahmoud.
Yeah, D, there you go.
Jamari, go get it.
Three. You got 8.
So here's Dante Jones. He was traded during the season from Trilogy to Three's Company.
Able to knock it in there. I thought that was a really good acquisition for them, because he gives them not only a scoring punch, but a defensive,
some toughness,
mindset and toughness.
Here's Quintel Woods, his first shot.
Watch this right here with the push.
Dante, down low, down low.
Man, if that ain't a fly, I don't know what is, partner.
Dude, I know this league is physical, but my. Here's Amar'e Emmett. Hezzy, pull up, too strong. Moon grabs the board. Inside they go to Reggie Evans, working on Dante Jones. Spins, left hand, yes. And he gives him a little push at the end. Oh boy. It's getting physical. It's getting hot. Not only outside, but inside as well. Taking a look.
Well, here's the thing, though. They're smart. Well, you don't want to really double Reggie Evans in order to open up some outside shots for Quintel Woods and Jamari Moon. So you want to force Evans to guard one-on-one. Evans responded, but like, yeah, I'm going to score.
Here's Amar'e Emmett. Spins, fades. Rebound to Reggie Evans. And he's knocked down by Jason Maggette. little physical.
You think? but this is how it's been most of the season. And Jason Maxill's not going to back down from anybody. Right. You know that. So, but the thing is, you can't allow your emotions to overtake the mental and thought process of playing the game the right way, to put you in a situation that will counteract what you're doing. And that time, Reggie Evans dug himself deep inside, received the pass, and went right up and scored.
He's got 10 points. He scored the last 8 for the three-headed monsters. The lead is now 2. Dante Jones, the bucket and one.
Very similar to the semifinal game before us with Power and Tri-State. No team able to really create separation as one play after the next, but how you do it, you separate yourself by getting defensive stops, and that time, Dante Jones is not going to be denied.
Three-point play is good by Jones. The lead is now 5 for Three's Company. Here's Quintel Woods. The kick out to Reggie Evans. And a push-off by Jamario Moon.
And just something simple. That time, DeMar Johnson didn't rush out to try to contest the shot of Reggie Evans. If he's going to make that shot, he's going to make it, then you make your adjustments. But smart play by easing his way out instead of running out where Reggie Evans could have created a foul scenario.
Here's Dante Jones. Got it. 7-point lead for Three's Company. They're in the bonus, so they retain possession. That pass nearly stolen. Here's Dante, pull up. Yes! Dante Jones is getting hot.
I'll tell you, I was watching him at practice the other day, last night, and he was working on a lot of stuff we're seeing right now, driving, finishing, a little step back in between game, and that's how you transfer what you did on the practice court onto the game.
How about Quintel with a little push-off?
Yeah, obvious right in front of the official,
yeah,
too.
Trying to create some space. And all of a sudden, the three-headed monsters has fallen apart.
But that's what Gary talked about, Peyton, before the game. We got to stay together and keep our composure. If we don't get fouls, don't complain. Let me do it. And right now in this first half, three-headed monsters are allowing the frustrations, them not working well together, to play into the hands of Three's Company.
And Three's Company will go to the half with an 11-point lead thanks to a 9-0 run. Drew Gooden, he's got 6. Andre Emmett, 4. DeMar Johnson, 4. And Dante Jones, the man with 9 points for Three's Company. The number 3 seed trying to make it to the championship game. It's the playoffs here in Dallas.
Welcome back to Dallas at halftime. Three's Company is up 25-14 over the three-headed monsters. They went on a 9-0 run and doing work in the early goings right there thanks to Dante Jones. He's had a great first half. You know who else had a great full game? Big Baby Davis. He helped lead his team to victory in the first semifinal game. Put that thing literally on his back and then ended up on his back. We'll get to that in a second. He muscled his way in right there with a dance move, but here was the big ball that ended up getting him to the free throw line and a game-winning shot right there. He finished with 15 points, 6 rebounds, had to get help actually, kind of limping into the locker room, but I'm sure he's fine with the injury as long as his team got the win. So as you can see right there, they're headed to the final in New York next weekend, and right now, Three's Company is up by 11 points on the three-headed monsters. Right now, let's send it over to the coach of Power, Nancy Lieberman, who's with Michael Rappaport. Michael, be on your best behavior.
All right, I'm with the coach, Nancy Lieberman. That was an intense, exciting game. We've had a few minutes to soak it in. What was that?
It was one of the best games I've ever been a part of. Just the intensity and the will to win. You know, 2 great teams with gladiators, and I'm so proud of my guys and how they played. And how about Glenn, after that tumble, being able to knock down that foul shot?
How is he feeling? He was limping off the court. What's the prognosis?
Well, I'm not a doctor, although I play one on TV, but I had 3
So do I.
I had 3 guys in the training room, Catino, Corey, and Baby. So we're hoping that we can get them healthy for New York.
One of the things that I think everybody's noticed about your coaching styles, you are chill, you're calm, you never get all crazy. Why? How do you do that?
I've been through this. You know, when you've been through Olympics, you've been through national championships, WNBA, NBA, everything kind of slows down, and yelling doesn't do anything. You have to be the voice of calm. We don't want to be the echo, we want to be the voice.
All right, well, congratulations. We're back in the Big Apple next week. Barclays next Friday for the championship game. Congratulations, Coach.
I can't wait to go back to New York. I love being a New Yorker.
It's going to be fun. Brian, Jack.
All right, thank you. Congratulations to Nancy Lieberman and her power squad. And, you know, Jim, as we look up here, Three's Company shot 53% from the field. Right. 50% from 3, thanks in part to Dante Jones, who came off the bench, gave them 9 points. In fact, bench scoring, Three's Company, 11 points. Three-headed Monsters, 0.
Well, that's contributions from people that have to come in and do some things off the bench, whether that's defensively, offensively, you saw it. But more importantly, this Three's Company's team demeanor, their court presence, the ability to stay focused is a big reason why they've been able to jump out to this 11-point lead. Now let's see if Three-Headed Monsters can control themselves and get back in this game.
Mar Johnson missed that one. Here's Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. This is their score. See if they can get him going. That one rolls off.
Well, and that was just good defense that time by Drew Gooden. You get a hand in the face, and it's a mismatch right here.
Andre Emmett goes right back to work.
Again, Gary frustrated Peyton. That Quintel Woods not getting over the pick allows now the drive to happen and not getting over the help.
Here's Woods. Knocks down the shot. They needed that. 11-point lead for Three's Company. No! Andre Emmett. And Gary Payton has seen enough.
Good decision.
14-point lead for Three's Company and Andre Emmett. He's got 11. He's back home in the Big D. And he's trying to go to the championship. Finished 4th in the league in scoring, 3rd in assists, 2nd in steals. How about total field goals? 1st overall. And look, he's certainly gotten it done here. Andre Emmett with the 11.
Well, you know what? I picked Corey Maggette because he's been there all year. And Andre Emmett came on late. That doesn't mean that, again, he doesn't throw his hat in the ring for the title, especially if they can get to the finals and they win it over a power team. Then he does belong in that conversation, of course, especially if he leads the team.
Last 5 weeks, Andre Emmett has been outstanding. The Three's Company had 22 last week, 21 the week before that, 23 the week before that, and a team high 18 in week 5. So he has certainly played very well over the past month for Three's Company. And the refs are going to take another look to see if that ball was just thrown away by Quintel Woods or it actually went off someone. Let's take another look here, Jim.
Up underneath, yeah. Doesn't look like it's going, but back to Andre Emmett. You know, in the NBA, the season is so long, you know, you want to kind of ease your way in, get your steam, but you want to be playing your best basketball come late in the season, especially heading into the playoffs. I think we say the same thing right here for Andre Emmett.
You're right.
It took a while to kind of get his feet up underneath him. But then once he caught momentum, especially once Baron Davis went out, the scoring role went on his shoulders, the leadership role went on his shoulders. The last 3 weeks have just been like the numbers you kicked off, playing your best basketball, and he hasn't disappointed us yet in this game as well.
It's almost been a blessing in disguise for him that Baron actually went down, because it was like as soon as he went down, bam, he took right over.
Well, that's why you got to be ready when your number is called.
It just got called here. And he will go to the line.
It doesn't seem like Three's Company just has more more energy.
Yeah.
And this is unlike a Gary Payton team, especially on the defensive end. I can see if you miss some shots. That's part of the game sometimes. But one thing you can control is your effort, especially on the defensive end. And right now, we're not seeing the extra effort being given by the three-headed monsters. They're kind of just laying on the picks, not going after loose balls. And as a result, Three's Company taking advantage of it.
Not reminiscent of a team that's the #2 seed that found every which way possible to win games as Reggie Evans banks that one home. 14-point lead. Near steal. Here's Emmett. He's got 5 on the shot clock now. Spins off of Quintel Woods. High off the glass. Oh, don't hurt him, Andre Emmett.
You know, could it be a little bit incentive too? Think about this. Last week, this Three's Company team lost to Killer 3. You know what I mean? They lost to Killer 3. So now you have something to prove. And Andre Emmett, once again, the isolation on the left-hand side of the court. That's good defense by Quintel Woods, but a guy that's known how to score his whole career, he's putting on the show this evening.
We just gonna keep rotating. And then when we just gotta, when you get in there, let's go. Block, man.
13 points.
We gotta do this.
Game high for Andre Emmett.
On him, you gotta get up here and force him this way, okay? Because if you go this way,
played just a couple of seasons in the NBA.
Like that. If you go this way, they get the run. So get up.
Man, he has played well here in the Big 3.
Get that left hand, and then you and DJ can switch that. So you gotta be careful. When they go this way, all Reggie do is flip it.
The rest will take another look here. There's
Block
the
shot,
block.
but
No,
Reggie Evans on the backside.
Yeah. It's on for Reggie Evans. Reggie Evans has 12 of the three-headed monsters, 18 points. So Gary Payton is firing his troops up right there on the court, trying to pick these guys to play.
Hey, listen, the coach can't want it more than the player. That's never been a formula for success. And right now, that man has more intensity, more fire than the 3 players and the other guys that are on the bench.
Hey, Gray!
Does seem like so far the three-headed monster just going through the motions.
Yep.
Here's Drew Gooden. He started the game off knocking down a couple of threes. He just threw it away. Near steal.
But even on that play, the turnover happened. But you see how quickly 3 guys or 2 guys got back in the lane to take away what could have been an easy layup. And that's the difference. Little things like that. That could have been easy too. They could have been like, oh, you know, we're up big, so what? But no, that's why they're up big, because the little extra effort plays right there.
Here's Reggie Evans with the left hand.
Only one playing basketball. You gotta go to the basket, Emmett.
Another steal. Evans again, banks it home. Reggie Evans is a one-man wrecking crew for the three-headed monsters.
Time, 30.
And Michael Cooper's going to call a timeout.
Smart timeout by Cooper. Momentum shifting just a little bit, just enough to have Coach Cooper bring his troops in and have a little talk.
We got a good semifinal battle here in the Big D. They're playing for a chance of playing between 2 guys fighting for that MVP as well. Andre Emmett and Reggie Evans. And Reggie Evans has done it all, Jim, for the three-headed monster.
Yeah, done it all. The same thing Coach Gary Payton said. He said, Reggie Evans is the only one playing. You know, with any kind of energy, any kind of sense of urgency as a result to 16 points. But three-headed monsters, 2 defensive stops, kind of got back in it. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Here's Dante Jones. Had a good first half. Here's Dante Jones shooting 1 for 2. At 9 in the first half. Missed it. Here's Reggie. Fade. Emmett. Got it.
And that's one time it was a little poor decision, I thought, by Reggie Evans shooting that fadeaway. That's not his game. And Amar'e made him pay.
Quintel Woods now, the pull-up. Got it.
Well, coming off a tough shot by Reggie Evans, Amar'e Emmett able to set his feet. Now, Amar'e Moon, defensive position, that right leg was down. So now you're not going to be able to recover a little bit on that step back. More concerned about the drive than the three-point shot, but Emmett made him pay.
Missed it, but there's Reggie Evans. And Quintel Woods cleans up his own mess. Lead is 11. First team to 50 wins it. Got to win by 2. Here's Dante Jones. He just went right through Quintel Woods.
Well, Dante has been attacking, in particular off the dribble, since the beginning of the game. So, you know, a lot of times in playoff situations, it's the other guys that show up and make a difference. Well, right now, that other guy is Dante Jones.
He's the first member of Three's Company to score here in the second half because Amar'e Emmett had scored the previous 12 points for Three's Company. Here's Quintel Woods, spin, no. Reggie Evans, that's a push off.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
Easy call for the baseline or the side official there to see this push off made by Reggie. I mean, Jason Maxiell himself didn't just throw himself out of bounds, you know what I mean? I know sometimes it's some action, but not on that particular play. Uh-oh.
Here's Emmett for 4. Got it! Amar'e Emmett said, this is my house.
Well, he said a little bit more than that. You know, the young kids are at home and we don't want to use that kind of language, but it's all the same. We know what he meant.
Three's Company is 7 points away from the championship game. Up 15. Here's Emmett. Drive. The layup and one.
Well, when you play with a chip on your shoulder, you got a lot to prove. It's hard to match that kind of enthusiasm and energy. The 4-point shot and Quintel Woods right here, getting beat off the dribble and then committing the ultimate sin, which is fouling and allowing Emmett to get the ball up. So you're talking about a potential to have 7 points in the last 2 possessions.
Amar'e Emmett has 22. Quintel Woods throws it away. It's been that kind of game for the three-headed monsters.
Max, get focused. Let's go. Brad, what? I want to review the play. I done said it twice. Hey, shoot it.
Gary Payton wants the refs to take another look at it. He believes that pass went off someone of the three-headed monsters. Or I should say Three's Company.
Let's take a look right here with the pass. First of all, that pass didn't get through a deflection and takes away a layup, and then the behind the back pass. No, yeah, I think that just went straight out. Yeah. Let's take a look right here. Jason Maxiell, perfect. No.
Yeah, he didn't touch anything.
Close.
Yeah.
That was just a bad pass.
So Andre Emmett will inbound it. Three's Company 5 points away from victory.
You know, the question is, could you see this coming with three-headed monsters? See the backdoor play by Emmett. Because they didn't look too enthusiastic in their tough win, 50-47 win over Ghost Ballers last week.
Mario Moon, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Reggie Evans in for the three-headed monsters. Jason Maxiell, Andre Emmett, Dante Jones for Three's Company. This is Reggie Evans to Mahmoud. He just cannot find it tonight.
He doesn't have the rhythm to give Michael Cooper a lot of credit defensively for schematically putting in something that kind of limit Mahmoud in his open looks.
Here's Andre Emmett. He's got 24. Three's Company 3 points away from victory. Mahmoud again, too strong. For the win, Andre Emmett, get out of here. Andre Emmett is a one-man wrecking crew and has sent Three's Company . The scoreboard here in the house had the wrong score. That three by Andre Emmett was a game winner.
48. Run, real quick, run. Come on. Hurry up. Let's go, let's go.
They said the continuation from Jason Maxiell nullified the score, so it brought it back, but it popped up on the TV a little bit differently. So 48 is the correct point. They had 45 before that, but you know what, though, man?
There's the game winner.
Let somebody else enjoy the game-winning shot
by Jason Maxiell. And Three's Company will head to the championship game against Power next week in Brooklyn. Wow. But led by Andre Emmett, who was really a one-man wrecking crew. Knocking down that three. And then Jason Maxiell said, let me clinch it.
Well, we haven't heard much on the offensive end from Maxiell. A lot of defensive presence, but why not? I mean, and again, Michael Cooper had his team ready to play from jump ball. Not just from an offensive perspective, defense schematically, but I think the mindset in which they came into the game. Not playing well last week, had a lot to prove, and they came in and they stuck to the game plan all the way through.
Well, how about that? Gives his daughter a little game-winning kiss. And Andre Emmett sends Three's Company to the championship. So it'll be the 1 seed and the 3 seed in Brooklyn for the championship trophy. Here's Michael Rappaport with the player of the game. Andre Emmett came home, put on a show, Rap.
All right, I'm here with Andre Emmett. Unprecedented access. You put on a show, you were lighting it up. How did it feel to be back in your hometown doing your thing?
Man, it feels great, man. My family, my babies, my homies, my whole city came out to support, man. It was awesome.
How much fun have you been having in this season of Big 3?
It's been great, man. I just been grinding every week. Start up on the bench and things happen. My team showed some flashes. My team was rocking with me, gave me confidence. and it was on after that.
All right, well, next week we're in my hometown. Championship game. Power put on a performance. They're a tough team. They got size. They got scoring. What are you, Andre Emmett, going to do to bring home the championship next week in Brooklyn, New York?
Try to bring the same energy. But first, hats off to my team, my coach. We had a good strategy. Everybody did what we were supposed to do, and the rest was history.
All right, well, congratulations. I'll see you next week in New York. Maybe we'll get some pizza. Carissa, if you're in New York next week, I'll take you for the best pizza if you pay for it.
Well, of course I'm going to pay for it. Your card was declined the last time. So, anyways, thank you, everybody, for watching. And Andre Emmett, what a performance that was. I don't want to be in the Three-Headed Monsters locker room and listening to Gary Payton. I'm sure he's not a happy camper right now. But either way, hats off to the Threes company, the entire squad there doing work and getting the job done. They got in, they got out, and now they get power, as Michael mentioned, in Brooklyn, New York next weekend. Rappaport's going to be fired up all week for this game. We know that going back home for him. So we'll look forward to that matchup. On behalf of Brian and Jimmy and Michael and the entire crew, thank you so much for watching the Big Three in Dallas. We will see you next week as Power takes on Three's Company for the final of the Big Three. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next week.
Got the summer on lock, Big 3 on Fox.